sort of wandering around in the mountains of Rolk, sort of almost like patrolling practically. Um, and you're staying in a village over a night, and the people that you're traveling with, Lutz and Karlman, um, you guys start hearing about like entire local areas that have just gone completely quiet. No one's come from there, and anyone that goes out there seems to just disappear. Never heard from again. Um, and a lot of people are suspecting, uh, maybe it was just, a massacre gone wrong and they got caught in the middle of it, but it's been almost too consistent.
Mm.
People that go too far south have not been coming back. Um, and just on the scale that they're talking about, it seems like it's pretty big. A lot of people are concerned.
So is the king sending us out?
No one sends you out. You guys just basically hear about shit and you're like, all right, we'll go check it out. Um, there is no mission. It's just, your only thing ideologically is that the circle is at war with Urbaja and Emborion. The goal of the circle is to wipe out those magics, because they are the theory is that they're ultimately going to completely be the end of humanity if left unchecked, basically.
Also,
And
Trey is
considering what you
coming.
have seen of magic, especially you, Wolf, since you've been a part of every venture, you have seen the extremes of Emborion for sure, and you almost saw the extremes of Urbaja. You sort of saw like the minimal stuff, like the ghouls are a product of Urbaja, but it's not like you saw Emborion going nuts where it basically dissolved an entire hilltop fortress.
Destruction beyond reason in this world.
Yeah, and especially considering if you got a whiff of Urbaja on the wind, that's saying something, because normally, it's fairly localized, but a faraway scent like that means that there must be a big pile of stink somewhere.
I know me a stink.
That you do. You guys are currently just in a small village. You've shacked up there for a couple days now, just on your travels. In Rolk, you guys are fairly well received. How are you going to try and seek this out? It seems like the lands to the south are a dangerous proposition for anyone.
I say we go to the borderlands.
Aren't you sad to see you home, this wolf?
I am. Needs to have an end to it, it does.
And John, you are very quiet. Let me turn you up. Here we go.
John, by the way, I think you just need to talk louder because I've also been having trouble hearing you.
My
Like all
bad,
night.
laddie. I'll try to talk more.
Carlman, are you sure you're ready for such an adventure?
I'm always ready.
I'm always ready.
All right then, let's get a move on.
How do you
Let's head to the
intend to?
borderlands. Agreed.
Yes, considering Wolf, you probably came up from this way. Getting back down to Spur is not such a bad thing for you. Even though you're a fisherman, you recall the paths taken, and there are even a few people on the way that recognize you from when you had initially came through. You still had the wild hair and sort of the haunted and dangerous look in your eyes. And so, people are willing to offer you hospitality, but it seems that it's not out of pity anymore, but more so of recognition of your work. Same thing with most of you, especially in Rolk, your names have been starting to spread around a bit more. Carlman, less so you. You haven't been doing so much. You've been
That's
hanging
okay.
out.
I want to.
I've just been out
on
here
the way
fucking
back
mountains.
from sniffing the Arbaja, can I ask some travelers some questions?
Sure. What kind of a traveler are you trying to look for?
Someone from Spur.
Okay, give me a wits roll.
I got a 14.
14. Yeah, it's a rare sight. You guys are sort of at the southern edge of Rolk at this point. You would suspect that you would see some more people from Spur just even moving around. Not too many, but you do encounter a lone person traveling. They've got a quarter staff and a few bags of supplies for themselves. It seems. They stop when you hail them.
You there? What's been happening in our homeland of ours?
He sort of looks side to side. The land around you has flattened out at this point. It's not so much the grasslands of Tamarion, but it's a bit more arid. There's a lot more sort of orangish red soil, sort of like Colorado mountains type deal, so a lot less grass and a lot more rock. He says, well, he sort of points back over his shoulder. He says, back over that way. You don't want to go over there. Next couple villages over, ain't too many people left. 'Tis a ghost town. And ghost towns.
Continue. Sorry.
People have been evacuating. People have been going to Calwurst. People are afraid of what's coming.
And what's been making these ghost towns?
He shakes his head. Some say it's a big cloud that passes over places, and then all that's left after is festering pits of undead. Some say it's just gentry going about slaughtering, slavers taking people, but I've not seen it, haven't dared to go see it.
'Tis no gentry. My nose isn't wrong. Powerful forces are at work here.
And he sort of raises his hands. He's like, okay, if you say so.
I'm gonna make my way back towards the nearest circle members. Carl.
I mean, you guys are all traveling together.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It seems like he knows quite a much, but we won't be able to know further until we go ourselves.
I
Yes.
agree. We should
What
start
do your
with
gods say about this, Lutz?
Oh, let me think. Lutz closes his eyes and holds his staff with both of his hands as he focuses on the god. He opens his eyes. Very wary. We'll have to be careful.
I'm not much of a careful man, but I suppose I'll try.
I say we should suit up when we go. There's no need for us to be unarmored.
If your gods tell me to armor up, I'll armor up.
Okay.
I'm gonna put on my Spangen helm and my mail.
Okay. Very good. Anyone else armoring up?
Yeah, I'll armor up.
Yeah, me too.
Cool. All right. You guys are getting ready.
Tells me to do it, I'll do it. I'll follow as well.
Okay. Where do you intend to go?
How about we go to Calwertha?
Calwarts? Okay.
Calwert.
You, Wolf, you've heard of this place. It's sort of situated on a bit of a small cliff, nothing like the cliffs of Rolk, which seem to oftentimes
Is it high
be
enough
quite
to see the sea?
on a good day. Yeah, on a good day. Pretty much where you guys are at is roughly where the blue square is. That's at least somewhat where you're heading. Also, this is a little illustration I did from the last venture of like the little stilt farms and whatnot.
Very nice.
So, on your way there, you sort of head in the general direction where you think it is. You've never really been there yourself. But on your way there, you pass through all of these villages. The first one mainly that is just completely empty. The houses, all of their doors hang open. There is nobody in these places.
What does it smell like?
Doesn't smell like anything in particular, but every now and again you sort of get that little hit to your nose as if you've just like taken a whiff of rubbing alcohol. Almost. It's not exactly that smell, but it's just like it burns on the nostrils.
What a
You think you
putrid
can-
sight.
You think you can track anything down with that hound nose of yours?
Maybe not with my nose, but maybe with my eyes.
And I'll cast Perfection.
Oh, okay. All right. What are you going to do with this perfection that you've cast?
I want to grab my eyes and just
Open my eyelids as far as they'll go and chant.
Okay. You start to the spell activates and your eyes basically glow over with white energy. Where are you trying to perceive? Tell me what you are looking for, my friend.
I'm looking for where all these people have gone.
You gaze out over the cliffs that you guys have essentially sort of been walking along, rocky and red, and sort of gazing out over, you can see in the distance a fort on the sort of the winding cliffs that go downward and sort of upward again, and then sort of the long expanse of flatlands, and along one of the roads / trails that you can see, you see a group of about 10 people in varying states of travel, either on horseback, in wagons, and they seem to, in the distance, even at very far away, perhaps maybe a mile or so, they clearly have all of their belongings, and they appear to be going someplace.
Looks like
Well,
those lads are in a hurry.
Worth investigating.
Aye.
Oh, let me ask the gods. Yes.
I'm gonna. How far away are they? Are they close enough for me to hail them?
No, they aren't even facing you. They are moving away from you. And from what you can see, like again with perfection, you can make out the hints of buildings, architecture
Let's
that they seem to be heading toward.
let's try to
to catch up to them then, huh?
You would suspect that they're heading toward Calward. Like
yes.
they seem to be going toward this building. You can vaguely see the outline of walls, and based on what you know of Calward, that would likely be the place.
Let's make
go
a move
then.
on then.
Yes, we will make haste.
You pick your way through the mountains, and eventually you get onto the same road that likely these people were on. You pass by a couple more domiciles, again completely abandoned. Sometimes it's just a roadside hut that might have been home to a peasant and his family, and sometimes you pass by what seems to be an entire longhouse, with a small wall around it, just gone. Nothing's left. Every now and again there's like just a single animal kind of aimlessly wandering around and grazing and pecking at the ground.
Even the animals are scared here.
Yes, very sad indeed.
This upsets me greatly.
You eventually come to you come to the place Calvert, as you would suspect. Hello.
Welcome, Trey.
Hi.
Join
Dar
us in our
Yabi.
travels.
We have only just begun. The tabletop is up. While you get yourself set, who do you think you're going to play this session?
I don't know. Just pick a random one for me.
I am not going to do that. Who are you going to play?
I don't remember half the people, so give me a second.
We're in
Okay.
the character sheet section.
While Trey is getting ready, let's fuck it. We'll take like a whoever wants to give a quick recap. I need to go refill my tea real quick.
All right. Caleb, would you like to do the honors?
Basically, there's been straight up just fucking pieces of spur have been fucking annihilated by Baja Blast, and everything's just fucking destroyed and people are dead, and we're currently on our way to, I think, the only piece of civilization still around in this immediate area.
Well, it's like a big, it's like a kind of like a fort on a hill where a lot of people, survivors, have been going. And I'm playing.
Near cataclysmic event happened here, basically.
So it should be.
Because
quite
I'm a bitch
near.
and don't fight playing anyone new. We're going back with Burn, boys.
Oh no, you should play Automar, to be honest.
Ooh yeah.
Automar.
Is
Automar would
Automar
be
in
cool.
there?
Yep.
Nope. Well, yeah, I mean, like, no one's playing him right now, so he's open. He's Onimeus from Spartacus.
And he's a Gentry.
Yeah, he's a Gentry. It'd be good to have him. He's a no-nonsense. Fuck you.
Or you could play as some of the people who have not even been played yet.
You could play Philibert the Strong and fucking call Pegasus companion.
Don't worry, friends. I will fly and be your eyes in the sky.
Although Burn is coming off of a very fresh killing.
That he is. That he is.
I completely forgot what we did last session, I'll be honest.
The
I remember it being
Fish.
fun. I
the
forget.
we
Squiddies.
yeah, we killed
Oh,
the, we killed
yeah,
the
yeah,
squid
yeah.
tentacle monsters, the ogres.
Yeah, I tried to spearfish the big one, and then I got pulled into the water, and you saved my life.
Yeah, I fucking jumped in. And then we had an argument about whether or not I could swim.
That we did.
Wait, this fucker's a wizard too? Jesus, you fucking rolled amazing for this guy.
Yeah, like, he's the best character in the game. Someone should always play him.
He has a horse?
Yeah.
He's a
What
Gentry.
the fuck?
In
Well, fuck
mounted
it.
combat.
Yeah, I
is
think
like
while I was
OP.
making it, Chris was like, fuck it, dude, you rolled so well, I'm gonna give him a horse.
Okay.
I think Gentrys just get horses normally.
I'm back, and they do.
Nice.
Because
Trey
Trey
will be
is
playing
playing
Automar.
Sir Automar.
Okay.
John, what was the voice you used for Automar that one night?
I don't know. You can check.
Yeah, there is the video.
I don't think you can really do whatever voice you want for him. I think it was just kind of like a deep voice that was kind of like condescending.
Yeah.
Let me just make sure his
When
character
I
sheet-
made him Trey, I had Onimeus from Spartacus in mind. That's just you.
Okay.
That's
So
just me.
Chris, you should make this guy black.
Yeah, Chris, I was gonna say, like, you just whitewashed my character.
Well, yeah, I don't think you remember. Like, you only made one comment about it. I doubt you remember it.
I don't even remember that being a thing. No.
Oh, and when I made Automar, I made him like Onimeus. He's a character from Spartacus. He's a black man. I was like,
Oh,
that's
okay. Yeah, I've never
But I-
seen Spartacus,
Yeah,
so I
yeah,
have
yeah. No,
zero.
no.
And even then, I'm
it was
just,
a joke.
I'm just making portraits.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
even
yeah.
putting to like. Who
That's
knows
the-
if Burn
like,
actually looks like that? This is just what I've got in my head about how these people look.
Yeah, I like that. It's cool seeing your interpretations of what everyone looks like.
This is
Thanks.
who Caleb
Especially
envisioned him as.
Carlman's.
Yeah, Carlman. I might try and draw him tonight since I've drawn everyone else.
Yeah, that's who I had in mind for Automar in the tabletop.
Okay, gotcha.
All right, so Trey is caught up.
Kind of. I just heard black magic, and that was
there was a
Baja
cataclysmic event.
cataclysmic Baja blast.
Yeah, I said Rabaha Blast. fucking Carl. I just love seeing that dumbass smile. Why are Colin's characters some of the stupidest things I've ever
What are you talking about? This guy was a baller. He just popped out his bow and went ping, ping, ping.
Conservation starts with you.
They're just so memey. Carl, but I love nature.
Who was the other one?
Filbert the
Philibert the Strong,
That's
and he's
right.
literally the
Pegasus.
worst character that anybody made.
He has a Pegasus though.
He doesn't have Pegasus. Where is he at in here?
I think we
He's
played
like
him
all the way
once.
at the top.
Hilbert the Strong, 7 brawn, 4 quickness, 3 wits, 3 charm.
Not even that strong.
Yeah, he's pretty good at
7
fighting.
brawn is pretty big. However, he's definitely got some cognitive.
Dude,
I'm
A
socially.
lot of characters have
can say
cognitive. A lot of our characters have cognitive problems. Lutz has 2 wits. Tab had 2 wits.
Yeah. So basically, Tab is like the really good-looking, socially awkward kid,
Who has a lot
and
of
so
scars
people
on
are
his
just
face.
like, "Aw,
You want to know how I got these scars?
I got attacked and mauled
So
by a Guel."
Tab might as well just be an e-girl.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, picking back up where we left off.
Yes.
You guys had just arrived at the massive stone walls of Kaiwult. The gates are currently only slightly ajar, from what you can see. No one else is on the road with you.
is there anyone at the top of the gate?
Not that you can see.
Hello? Is there anyone there?
A little head peeks out from the gate. And they step completely out. They appear armored as well. They
I'm
have
gonna immediately look at Altamar and let him take the lead as soon as I see the armor.
What are you boys doing up there?
It's just one person.
What are you doing up there, boy?
What are you up?
Is that Arthur Morgan?
Give me a charm roll. 2d6.
Arthur Morgan.
10.
Okay. You have just addressed a Gentry as boy.
Gentry, addressed to Gentry as boy.
You can see their body language tense up. And you hear
The gate's gonna close.
4 other people step out, all of them armored as well. They basically form a phalanx.
We're not looking for a fight.
You look at
It's trying times. You can't blame a man for being prepared.
charm 2d6.
I have to roll like 2 6s. Oh wow!
Jesus.
I actually got a 14.
Okay. Sorry, could you repeat what you had said, Wolf?
I said,
It is trying times. Can't blame a man for being too prepared.
like as far as like us wearing armor.
That's understandable. What's not is how you address me. He mainly points to Adamar. Trying times is no excuse for hostility. Be ye refugees, or be ye troublesome travelers.
Yeah, but
God damn it, Caleb.
what?
Continue, Caleb.
The picture you put. You called me boy.
We are part of the Order of the Circle, sir. Come to investigate what ravaged this sad land.
Charm 2d6.
Okay. Come on, baby. Fuck. It's 10.
Wolf is the most charming out of all of us.
I mean, honestly, it kind of makes sense because he's the only person that I'm pretty sure is the only person from Spur here.
That's true, actually.
Yeah, Lutz fucked on the wits. Caspars from Rolk.
Alright,
So
well, are you gonna say
yeah.
anything else, Caleb? Because I want to say something.
That's all I was gonna say. Is just say, we're trying to investigate.
Please, we've come to help this land, the land I am from. We don't
Well-
want to see it fall to ruin. We just want to know what is happening here.
You guys are separated by a bit of a distance. Away down. You guys are sort of like raising your voices at each other from a ways off. It seems like everyone is sizing each other up here. And the man says, "You seem like you must have been from here before. However, the trouble is not within. If you of the Circle wish to investigate, do it elsewhere."
Can you point us in the right direction, then?
If we knew where to point you, we'd point you. But it ain't here.
I'm gonna scoff.
sir.
I'm gonna turn around.
So they can't hear us when we're talking normally?
Sure. Yeah, if you guys want to talk amongst yourselves, yeah, it'll carry away on the wind. Yeah, you can talk amongst yourselves. How do you want to handle this? Lutz and Audemars, give me just wits rolls.
Okay.
2d6.
14.
8.
Okay. Audemars, it's very clear that these people do not like you, and they do not like Lutz. They seem fine enough.
No, fuck you!
Like, and by do not like, I mean they seem like they are well able and willing to murder you. Yeah. They are
Able to
very much.
murder me.
Can I try to shout to the people on the wall?
They're not on the wall. They're just on the. They
Oh,
are
they're just on
currently
the-
just.
alright.
Yeah, they are lined up in front of the gate. They are They have formed a phalanx, spears
Yeah.
and shields.
Can I yell out to them and
Mhm.
say, "Please, sir, all I want to do is I just want to be able to help the poor animals of this land. If you could aid us in any way."
Charm, 2d6.
Dude, he's a dude. Carlman. Everyone loves Carlman. It's a TV show.
And I add it to my charm, right?
Yes, so 5 plus 8.
13.
Okay. He sort of shakes his head and kind of laughs. There's a brief break in the tension. He says, "I can see that you are a man of nature. Luckily, there's plenty of nature around our walls. From the people gather, and well, sort of like clearly the leader of them all that amassed this force, the Gentry, talks to what would essentially account for like a second in command. They sort of talk under their breath for a moment.
Woof, woof. And I say this quietly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Listen to me. It's imperative. The gods have told me. It's imperative that we get inside this space.
Well, I have an idea, but it involves some trickery.
What is that?
Or you fools could go right through them.
Oh, no. Listen. What if we were to use some magic to disguise ourselves as some refugees?
Ooh.
Aye. That could work.
All right, you boys. We hear you loud and clear. We'll depart right away, and then I'll like grab everyone, like move out.
Perhaps we'll come back at nightfall.
Are you talking to them? Or
No, you.
You guys basically, so Wolf basically grabs you all by
Yeah.
your tunics and just sort of drags you away around the bend in the road.
I'm trying to find the right spell. I know I've read the spell before that allows you to appear as somebody else.
Yeah, there are be spells for that.
Yes. I forget what it is.
Basically, as you guys round the bend, you see them start to shuffle back in through the gate. It's then close it all the way.
All right. I'm
trying to find. Just if anyone can help me, like look at the spell list and find it. I know I've read it. There's a spell that
Sure.
does exactly this, but
let me put it up.
But it might be Seam. Let me
Seam.
double check.
which is
Alternatively, it's an Urbaja spell. Let me see.
Yeah, the target looks, sounds, and smells like anything else. Cast your choice. Subject only to size constriction. The spell is completely ineffective against perfect senses. Does not offer any abilities.
what is
Before an observer who has reason to doubt the scheme, the target must make a Wits versus 12 roll. It is an Urbaja 1. Or it's a
Urbaja,
whatever,
you
the
got
black
it, you got
gift.
it. Yeah.
Urbaja 1.
Cool. Yeah, that's absolutely doable.
So you said seam?
Seam,
Yes.
yes. For those of you that are all wizards, you can potentially
is it?
spread the castings out
Yes,
amongst
yes.
yourselves, so
Oh,
that
yep,
way
there it is.
one person
Yeah.
does not amass so many. And also, it'll significantly weaken whoever casts it that many times, because that's like -4 to brawn.
Well,
we have
someone's
two
gonna
wizards in our
cast it
party.
twice.
Yeah.
We have
Yeah.
3 wizards in our
Um,
party.
Carlman never picked. Colin, you never picked your spells. Oh wait, you're a wizard. Wait, yeah. Oh, wait,
Yeah, I'm a
all you guys are
wizard.
wizards except for me.
Oh my
You're
god,
a wizard, Conlon?
you're a wizard, Harry.
Yes! I
wonder
do not
if
remember me
I-
casting
uh,
Glamour
like a
on you
wizard.
last game?
Yeah.
I don't remember. Fuck.
Yeah, I casted Glamour on you.
All right. How about we have?
I mean, I can cast it twice. I have like no Urbaja points. So.
Yeah, but you also. Oh yeah, sure. You can.
Oh,
Cast
you
it
can
twice.
you can absolutely go overboard and get yourself a mark. That's viable.
That's what I always plan on getting Wolf, but he hasn't cast a lot.
Yeah, you've been very frugal with your casting. I'm quite shocked. I mean, this could be the time
I'm not
for it
being
if you
frugal on
want.
my casting. That's for sure.
No.
Just
Yeah,
when
you
I
know what
thought-
happened last time I was not
Okay,
frugal?
so whoever is going to cast spells, it only costs a single brawn and a single point of black. So just make sure to mark that down in some fashion.
So I'm gonna cast it once, and you're gonna cast it twice, Carlman. Correct?
Yes.
We're just looking like some spur peasants. Like,
Well, someone else. You need 4 casts of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I cast one on myself.
I
Okay.
cast one on myself, and then Carlman can cast it on himself and you.
Cool.
God, this is so degrading.
In a Rabahazo.
Oh, that's true. You're
casting more
fucking
Rabaha.
Gentry.
Rabaja.
You can be the head of the peasants if you wish, Shadamar.
No,
by the way,
no,
so,
I'll leave the peasant
um,
work to the actual peasants.
Yeah, Conlin, for when a spell is cast, you don't need to write down the name. So basically, all you do down here at the bottom.
Colin,
Oh,
your
I'm just
character sheet.
I'm just doing it for my own.
Okay, yeah.
I
so
wrote
it's
mine
basically-
down because I have to pick 2 spells before I get it.
Yeah. Yeah, especially since it's mainly for keeping track of the color points on your character sheet. You basically just put 2 little dots. Ta-da. Or you can just on a note card write down 2 Urbaja from this venture, and then eventually just get that to John, so that way he can
Okay,
keep
so
track.
with our armor off, like we'll take our
What,
armor off to complete
can we
the
wear
image.
wouldn't the armor conform with it?
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Sure.
Nice. Oh yeah. Well, I guess we'll make our way back.
Okay. Do you just do so immediately?
Wait. No. We should wait until nightfall, Wolf.
Do your gods tell you that?
Wait, what time is it right now?
It seems to be afternoon. The day is slightly overcast.
Yes, the gods tell me. We must wait until nightfall.
Fine then.
Alright, you're fucking gods.
Does anyone
wait,
wish
can
to?
we,
Does anyone wish to do a small Lutz? You can do a small ceremony while we wait, perhaps.
Yes, we can get a nice
So the main thing about so it basically you'd want to wait and then cast Seam because while it is prolonged, essentially it's only a couple hours.
Oh, sorry.
So essentially it would just be okay. We wait till nightfall. We cast the spell. We get in.
We have a supply wagon, right, with their little servants.
Sort of. Yeah. You have a little wagon that comes with you and a couple of support crews. Yeah.
I say
Support
that we
peeps.
should use the supply wagon to show that we're trying to bring supplies into the base. It'll make us look more like refugees.
Or alternatively, that's
Refugees with
just
a
the wagon that you
full of
have.
weapons.
You guys could be a traveling family that's seeking shelter. And
Oh yes,
With a
yes.
wagon full of weapons.
I don't think
sometimes
we're
that
gonna
happens.
be that.
It does
Wait, weapons
bags.
are valuable. Yeah. So they're valuables.
It's armor and weapons.
Yeah, it's everything.
It's a lot of armor and weapons.
Mhm.
Well, not so much. It's just you guys are wearing your armor, your support staff does not have armor, so it's basically just your individual armors and maybe a few extra spears or something like that. Some extra arrows. You know, it's nothing too crazy, especially if you keep your weapons on you. Seam will essentially make it seem like you're a peasant. So just think about what your seam is turning you into. And also, I completely forgot to take note of what each of your characters' social rank is for this venture, because that's super important. Okay, we have
Freeman,
Gentry, Freeman, and a peasant, I assume.
Yes.
Yep.
I'm a peasant.
Okay.
Can I ask one of the supply people to construct a tent? Do we have that kind of supplies?
If anything, you would probably just be taking shelter in the wagon itself. It's, you know, kind of covered with a...
Carlman,
Yeah.
Yes.
you know how to build a tent just on your own with the branches, right? You
Sort of a
I'm
lean-to
very
nature,
sheltered.
man.
I'm
Yeah.
very good at pitching tents.
yeah.
Wow.
Well, let's
Well,
get something for
while
the
you
night.
fools do that, I'm gonna sleep in the fucking wagon. Idiots.
Bucka.
We're gonna Brokeback Mountain it, kid.
Dress as a fucking peasant to get through. Ugh, I'll fucking kill him.
Carlman's gonna build us a nice little campsite.
Easy enough. This is your jam. You build a little bit of a lean-to, you get a little fire going, a bit of a ways off the road. Getting toward nightfall, you guys just sort of
Oh
take
wait,
care of your
I would
shit.
actually would like to start a nice smoking session.
Sure. You pull out your pipe, pack it with some of the cannabis. Let me double check how that'll affect you.
Do the gods speak to me?
Roll a d20.
True.
Oh.
What's the result?
You rolled a
19.
19. Wow. What are you trying to consult them on?
Whereabouts in the fort should I go to find answers?
Seek the children.
Ooh, okay.
Nice. Lot slowly opens his eyes, his rosy red eyes. They've spoken to me. They've given me their benevolence.
I ain't hear nothing.
So since you did not smoke the resin, basically just for the rest of the duration camping, your rolls are down to 1d6, but that's at least just for quickness. You're fine for the rest of them.
Would anyone else like the wacky tobacco?
I will smoke it.
I
This isn't something to be messed around with, Carlman.
I am one with nature.
just a plant it is.
It's just a plant.
All right.
Why all the fuss?
I'm going to also supply the ceremonial cannabis to my two friends.
Okay. Collectively, all of you get a little stoned. Your quickness rolls are reduced to 1d6 for the rest of the scene. And eventually night comes. The sun is going down on the horizon to the
Good
west.
thing I'm in my wagon, fuckers.
Hotbox the wagon.
Fucking traveling
No.
with a bunch of
Get the
stoners.
Yeah, I'm traveling with a bunch of peasant stoners. God,
I'm a Freeman stoner. Thank you very much.
you're still a peasant. In
Peasant
my
in
book.
my eyes.
Trey's getting in character.
You are nothing. So, eventually you guys sober up after passing the time. And I'm assuming at this point you guys cast your spells to alter your
Yes.
appearances.
Yeah.
Can you make me a child?
Oh.
God.
Oh wait, there's size limitation though. That's the one
Yeah,
limitation.
you basically have to be adult-sized.
A big child.
He's a little
Big one.
slow.
A giant child.
Listen,
no.
he's a little slow.
You can be a teenager, I guess.
Yes, make
Yeah.
me a teenager. That would work too, Wolf. Or I guess
Aye.
Conan.
Aye, I'll make you a proper spur, young lad.
I will make you a
What
I
I
don't-
would give
I
to be
don't
that
like how
young
that
again.
sounds.
I will make you a man.
Yeah.
Have
One
we
of
make
us-
we'll
one
make
of us should be
Audemars
a
the
woman.
we'll make
I will be
Audemars
a
the
woman.
patriarch.
Does that mean someone has to be the wife?
Yeah, I'll be the wife.
Parliament's the wife apparently.
Oh,
Well, I guess that makes you the husband, Wolf.
Whoa. Alright,
Sure,
bro. I
it
ain't no
sure as hell
pedophile.
not gonna be me.
Aye. I've had a day lonely at sea. I'll do it.
I guess we'll make.
God, everything you say just does not sound right.
I guess we'll make Altamar the grandfather then, still the patriarch of the house.
Fitting.
Agreed.
Trying to call me old?
No, I'm just trying to put you in charge.
Experienced.
So we got the husband, wife, son, and grandpa.
Alrighty. You guys all collectively look, except perhaps Audemars, who sort of still carries himself like a slot above the rest. So, if anything, you look like a freeman amongst peasants. Meanwhile, the rest of you look suitably Spurian. You know, the slight change of the jaw, a little bit of a change of the accent, even though it's magically based. It's unsettling as you feel your skin kind of crawl and shift. And you all load yourselves into the wagon and hitch Audemars' horse to the front and ride back up to the gates.
Quick question: which way are we approaching from? South, north, east, or west?
It'd probably be from the east.
So we're
Father.
coming from east, going west.
Yes.
Aye, what you want?
Are we there yet?
Aye, pipe down. We'll be there.
Mother?
You guys are probably still a little bit stoned. Just like there's just collectively a bunch of giggling coming from the wagon. You all sort of play this out amongst each other.
Is there anything
Oh.
to eat? I'm quite famished.
I'm gonna give you something to eat. If you don't shut up.
Knuckle sandwich, aye.
Back in my day, we didn't eat.
Um,
You had to walk uphill both ways for your food.
Alright.
How are women viewed in this society, by the way?
Medieval.
As equals.
Oh,
Okay,
really?
cool.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
I was trying to get.
Back in
I
my
was gonna
day, they
try and
weren't
get my
equals.
husband to hit me.
Oh, I'll sock you one.
I mean, abuse exists. And generally, it is a mostly male-dominated society. However, as you saw from last venture, there's plenty of women in power. All it takes is knowing how to swing a sword properly, and you can go quite far in the world.
Yeah,
We should
remember
probably
Burns'
keep a low
girlfriend?
profile.
You guys approach the gates. They are currently closed.
Well,
Uh,
This
No one else has
is-
passed by on the road.
this is Altamar's job. Be
Yes.
a bit more respectful.
Okay, fine. Hello?
There's silence for a moment. The gate creaks open, and a familiar head sort of peeks its way out. It seems like it's one of the lower tier individuals. Who goes there?
Hey,
It's just me. It's just me and my family.
Well, who's
can
me?
you give us some spur names, Chris?
There is no region-specific names, so basically just make up names for yourselves from the naming section if you want.
I don't know what
It
face
probably
that is.
it depends on your like if spur is a lot to do with wealth, so names that have wealth in their meaning would probably
My
be
name's
pretty
Anu
good.
von Cosmark.
My name is Midas.
Jeez.
When we get to the naming section, do you know what page it is?
It's 70...
49.
Yeah, that's it. Not 70. I'm at 40.
On the PDF, it's 25. On the bottom corner, it's 49.
Thank you.
Bottom corner 49. Thanks.
My name is Gudrun.
God, it's gonna be so hard to keep track of everyone's fucking names.
It's a heist we're doing.
Yeah, apparently.
All right.
I guess I'll be Ingeborg.
Is that a female name?
It is Ingeborg.
My name's Arn. This is just my family, Ingeborg. Caleb, what's your name?
Fredge.
Fred.
Good reference.
Son, are you gonna say your name?
Wolf.
I'm gonna give
I'm
Wolf
not,
a little
I'm
hit.
the
Son,
husband.
Yeah, but
you're my
his
son.
Oh, duh.
Uh-oh.
No, hold on. No,
The arguing in the family starts. What
Alright.
the?
I was just confused. Okay, my name's Gudrun.
Okay.
Why do you sound so weird?
Well, it covers the voice.
All of you are amassed at this gate. He says, well, that's certainly who you are, but where are you coming from? You seem to be of Spur, but
I look at
Chris,
Wolf
can I do a
and-
wits roll of a village?
Oh shit. Okay, I had no idea.
Wait,
Yeah,
wouldn't you
yeah.
already know of a village, John? You're Wolf. You're from.
yeah,
Spur?
is
Yeah.
being from the area of Spur.
But quick
yeah,
thinking.
Sure. You come from Siskia.
We better from Siskia.
He says, yeah, that's definitely a place that's nearby, near enough that he's sort of like, I see you must have been the last of them. A few of your own came here not so long ago. Come on, best get in before the sun goes down.
Shit.
Thank you.
He opens the gate enough, and you sort of go into this sort of round vestibule where the rest of the folks are sort of huddled around a fire. It seems they just sort of alternate watches, and you all are led to a second set of gates that seems like it would lead to the town itself, or the interior of the fort, where people actually live. Those gates are wide open at the current moment, and you are led in. Once inside, he says, I hope you didn't lose anyone out there. It seems that things have gotten quite rough. We'll do our best to accommodate for you, but, please just do your best to be helpful around here, and we'll do our best to help you.
Aye, sir, my boy'll be strong. Right, Fredge?
Yes. Ever since we lost sister, I'll have to be extra strong now.
Poor lad.
Boy, lad. Good deep
Uh,
roleplay.
All right, you guys are successfully in.
How long does Seam last?
You probably only have about an hour more on it.
Oh fuck.
Oh fuck.
Are there houses
Can
around?
we find like
Yes.
a nice little area to settle?
Sure. Inside of here, it seems like the day's activity is winding down to a close, and you sort of worm your way through sort of these ramshackle abodes that have been seemingly put up almost overnight. There's a lot of sort of dirt and mud and stick huts that have just been sort of hastily brought up from the earth, practically, from people bringing in wood from outside and all that. And you guys find an empty patch and settle down. You don't have a place of your own, but at least it's sort of off to the side and sort of in a shadowy part of the fort, in the shadow of the western wall, so that way, you're kind of out of sight, out of mind.
Boy, they.
And the spells
So-
wear off.
Oh wait! I wanted to actually separate and do something while my disguise was still active.
Okay, sure. What do you want to do?
I wanted to turn to Wolf before I left. I was like, Wolf, I have business. The god spoke to me. If I don't return, which I'm sure I will, just remember, the answers are with the children. And then I'm going to depart. I'm specifically going to walk up to the guy who let us in the gate.
Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Mm.
Do you know if there's anywhere with children like me still around?
Yeah. You're gonna want to go find Ina. She's been taking care of a lot of the refugee kids that have been coming who lost their parents.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome, lad. Best of luck.
Fuck, I didn't ask him where she was.
Give me a wits roll.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Ooh.
Oh,
Just too short though. 11.
one.
Oh, 11.
Yeah, you are unable to find this Ina. It's sort of a maze of houses and huts. There's a central longhouse like any other place of a sort, although it seems much more integrated into sort of a fort structure where the tallest point is at the center and things gradually sort of become lower in level, makes it easier to do archery things. And so eventually you find your way back to your friends, but you are unable to find this person.
Cool. I've come back with semi-relative information.
And then all of a sudden you're back into being Lutz.
Aye, back to a sight for sore eyes as you was.
And Wolf, you're back to being an ugly, gnarled old man.
I miss my milkers.
I asked the god where the children were, like I told you. The children are important, my gods told me. And he told me that there was a woman named Ina taking care of a lot of the refugees' children. I suppose
Can you
we should
spit
find
the
her.
information out any faster?
Aye, Atamar is not one for patience as we
We need to find Ina and the children.
There you go. Nice and concise. Was that so hard?
I suppose not.
Now, how do you expect we do that while you guys decide to degrade us as peasants into this place?
Hey, it got us in here, did it not?
Yeah, now how are we gonna move around?
Well, we stay away from the front gate, where the people who know us, the original us, anyways, we stay away from the front gate, and if we see that gentry, we make sure to stay far, far away.
Well, is there any way we could like cloak ourselves?
Does he even know
essentially,
what
to
we
try to
look
cover our
like?
face?
Because we were pretty
Actually, yeah, we
far.
were kind of far.
And you all were wearing, well, most of you, I believe, were wearing your helmets in mail.
Ooh,
Yeah.
actually, that's a good idea. We should take off our armor. For now, at least.
Yeah.
It
I'm good with
makes
that.
sense,
Yes.
Atamar, because
Yeah,
when
it
you wear your
makes sense,
armor, it
but-
means that you are always that you're basically about to go and kill someone, and if you continue to wear your armor, it will fatigue you. There are rules for that.
Yeah, we'll take it off. I swear to
Give
God,
us
if they
comfy
take my
cloak.
fucking armor, though.
Your support staff holds on to it.
They better
It's not
watch
like
it.
there are
Their
pickpockets. And even then, to steal a Gentry's armor is essentially suicide, because the only people that wear mail are either Gentry or martial lows, and even then it's pretty rare just because mail takes forever to make. So if you find another set of mail around somewhere, yeah, it's like, oh, yep, that person took that Gentry's armor. They're a dead man.
Well, I suppose we shall wait until morning.
Aye.
Alrighty. The night passes uneventfully. And eventually, you all wake up. Any of you that spent brawn on spellcasting, the brawn is restored.
Very nice.
But I highly recommend using the little counter trackers to manage your brawn and your quickness respectively.
Well,
That makes it
that's
a
what I
lot
do.
easier.
True.
So, morning comes. What next?
Finding information.
Mhm.
I want to see.
I bet Atamar could find information out, being his high status.
Yes, as long as he doesn't go towards the. Well, no, never mind. They don't know us.
Well, as long as they don't recognize me somehow, I suppose.
Yes, perhaps offer your expertise in guarding the gate, and maybe they will trust you with it.
I'd still stay clear from him, just in case.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
I
just
don't-
saying
I
that's
don't-
what most
I-
entries are doing.
I understand, but I don't know how well their memory of all they let in are.
Why
They
don't you just
might question how I got in
order
there.
a
Guys, one
peasant
sec.
to tell you?
Well,
why don't you just
they
order a peasant
might
to tell you?
question how someone from Rolk got into here.
Yeah. Well, and
If I was from
well-
Spur, I would have no issue, such as you, Wolf. But not
And-
being from here, they might question how I got inside their settlement.
well, and
You know what you could do?
No.
you could cast it again and like appear as like the Gentry that we met. You know?
Well, I don't think
That'd be
I don't really know what he looks like.
We could. What you could just say is that you were traveling and you need a place to stay.
But I'm already inside the settlement.
I don't think people.
Yes, just saying you were traveling from Roke and you were currently in Spur and you needed refuge.
If they question you, just beat them. They're peasants, aren't they?
Just stay clear.
Not the guards.
Well, stay clear of any guards.
But you just told me to go to the front gate and help
Yes,
with
I
the...
realize now that that's a bad idea.
Then speak plainly.
Altamar, I don't know if I'm going to go on another mission with you again.
That is perfectly fine with me.
I don't know why I'm playing Lutz this way. I'm playing him like double D.
Even though he has 2 wits.
Yeah.
Although I haven't really done anything that makes me intelligent. It's very, I talk a lot.
It's fine. So
Talking
yeah.
does not mean you're intelligent. Quote Qui-Gon Jinn.
Hey, Kitty.
Did you like my Tequila Joseph meme?
Yes.
Yeah, that was so fucking hilarious.
This has been a very memeable session. So.
That's my first D&D
also-
meme.
But also a very
Or
good
tabletop.
session.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
I just want to
I
help
just
those
want-
poor animals.
Yes, I am an outdoorsman. How could you tell?
Mommy, did you get my picture? Did
I
you
like
get
the
it,
beautiful
Mom?
simplicity of Colin's
I got it.
characters.
And your sides.
Man loves nature.
What's up?
I
God,
said,
you remember
I
when
love the
Caleb-
beautiful. What?
I was gonna say, you remember when you were ripping on everyone for their fucking key events, but now you're like, man, I love these characters.
Yes. I can be sometimes a dick. I apologize.
I don't care. I was just finding it funny.
I said I love the beautiful simplicity of Colin's characters.
Do you want to win any of these items on your... So you're like new here.
I have not ate anything today.
How many more spider people are there?
There's
I
no
love
food in
you.
this fucking
That's
house.
weird. My pants shrink. I think I hit puberty.
Spider-Man. I mean, this guy swings in once a day, zip zap zop in his little mask.
So I'm about to go pay a lot of money just to have like chili cheese fries and a fucking coney delivered or something. I don't know.
Go walk to the gas station.
Wherever I go.
I am not doing that again. My legs were sore for like 2 days.
rain.
Hey, fellas. Sometimes I let matches burn down
Instead
to
of
my
getting
fingertips
drunk,
just to
I
feel
tricked
something.
Trey into working out.
Can you close off your feelings so you don't get crippled by the
Yeah, my
more
legs were
you
sore
do
for
with
3
violent
days. I
acts?
just
guys,
no.
I'm from another dimension. I mean, another dimension. I'm Gwenda. Okay, then. I'll see you around.
Hello. Konnichiwa. Hajimemashite. Yoroshiku. My name is Penny Parker. I'm from New York.
So what do you guys
and
think we
live
should
at
do?
145. Can you rewire a main
Should we
line?
split up?
We're gonna have Audemars order a peasant to tell us where what's her
Ina?
name? Ina is.
I would like to play kind of like the classic priest with Ina, saying, "Oh, I'd like to bless the children or pray with the children or something like that."
Sure.
See you Friday. Miles? ¿Qué te pasa? Is it the earthquake? Our family doesn't run away from things, Miles.
I was really hoping I was going to get the opportunity when I was disguised as Ingeborg to try and like flirt with the guard to let us in.
God,
You have a husband, you harlot.
And then my husband would smack.
Okay, I'm back.
This could literally
Welcome.
not
Alright, what is the plan?
Alright. So Trey, well, we'll get started.
I still hate how we got it. God damn it. Can we find? I'm assuming it's probably morning time.
Yeah, the sun's
this
rising
point?
to the east.
Okay.
I say we should find where everyone's gathered for the break of fast.
Yeah, you guys do not have
Eating breakfast.
Yes, breaking fast.
Ah, so it is. So it is.
I'm just gonna rub my temples. Yeah, we can go.
Where's the nearest Denny's?
What the fuck is up, Danny?
Lead us on, Chris.
Yeah, so I guess we'll just find where all the peasants are traveling and kind of go. Or are they just moving around kind of aimlessly?
Willy-nilly.
As a gentry, it's all aimless to you. They just they do what they're told, and even a lot of the times they just do what needs to be done
But it's
without even
breakfast
needing
time,
to be
no?
told.
Fine, I'm gonna find the nearest one and talk to them, whether
Sure.
it be male or female.
Easy. You bump into, like, it seems like wherever you go, there's peasants just sort of on the fringe around you.
Now, Lutz, what was her name?
Ina.
Do you know where we can find Ina?
There's a brief sort of startle as a sort of diminutive-looking man is sort of he just points
Spit
sort
it
of
out, man.
toward the north. And he sort of skitters away.
There's your answer. North, apparently.
Yeah, from where he pointed, you can see there's a couple of larger huts, or little miniature longhouses almost. You know, it seems like they could fit maybe 2 or 3 families, rather than like a whole clan. Presumably she's in one of those places.
Okay, well, let's go there.
Okay.
Wolf, as you all are moving through this town, you notice that a lot of the people here look very much shell-shocked. Sort of like the 1,000-yard stare as people go about their duties. You know, a lot of people are also just sort of huddled in their own makeshift domiciles. You know, it seems like they have similarly only just gotten here like yourselves, and they haven't quite come back to Earth to sort of integrate themselves.
Speaking as a man who's been burned by magic, these people have seen much.
Very true. You eventually come to the longhouse, or short house, and enter in. Inside
Wait.
Yes.
Carlman. Are there any rodents around? Like a
Give me a wits
squirrel?
roll. Whoever's looking for him, give me a wits.
Alright. Fuck, I'm gonna fail this. Fuck! You know it. Fail.
Nothing you can see.
Damn it, Carlman. It would have been
What
cool.
are you looking for, boy?
I'm just saying it would have helped if Carlman brought a nice little critter, inside with the children.
Well, Carlman, do you know how to find such a creature?
I could probably find a rat.
No, not a rat. No one wants to see that.
You were looking for a rat. What are you on about?
No, I was looking for a squirrel.
A squirrel.
The difference. What's
Voice
that?
in the sky.
I could probably find a squirrel.
Yeah, as an outdoorsman, it's easy for you to find a rodent of some variety. Sort of just look around, you follow a short trail, and you find like basically a rat hole, and just just reach your hand inside and just pull a wriggling one out. Just
Alright, is this a rat or a squirrel?
It's a rat.
No! I don't want to find a squirrel.
Can I try to
send him
calm the rat
overboard!
down?
What were you saying, Carlman?
Can I calm the rat down?
Sure. Give me wits.
$14.
Oh yeah. You sort of like hold it by the scruff and basically just shove food in its face, and eventually just sort of like, you know, the thing that you do when you pick up a snake and you just kind of run it through your hands basically as it continues to sort of just go. You sort of do that with the rat and sort of deftly avoiding its bites, and eventually it's sort of it's still clearly quivering in your hand, but it's just sort of like given up on trying to escape for now.
I want to put him in my pocket.
Okay. You shove it in. You don't really have pocket. It was, if anything, just a pouch that you have.
I'll shove him in a pouch.
Okay. It immediately starts just sort of spazzing out as it is in an enclosed bag.
Can I just walk around like with like a toy poodle essentially and just have its head sticking out, just chilling?
It is an untamed rat.
Can I tame the rat?
Guess how long that would take.
You could cast magic on it.
That's true. I could cast magic on it.
Yes, you could.
Let's see.
We have lots of magic.
Wait, can we turn it into a dog? Can we cast Seam and turn it into?
That's interesting. Cause yes,
pretty much like a little puppy thing.
All right, we'll make sure we're in a place where no one
kitten,
can see the magic.
You could probably turn into a kitten.
I would like a dog.
Okay.
Like a puppy? Okay, that'd be a small puppy, but yes.
Yeah.
Make sure we're in a place where no one can see us.
Still gonna act like a fucking rat.
Well, we can control it. There's spells that allow us to control shit.
I'm gonna wring its fucking neck if you guys
No.
do not move on.
If you touch this rat, I will have to strike you down.
Oh no!
You're the one twisting and conforming a rat into a dog, and you want to talk to me about touching the rat? Know your place.
The spell
Carlman.
doesn't hurt the cat or the rat.
Does it, Chris? Does it make the?
It harms the caster.
So it doesn't harm the
spell-
castee.
I mean, if.
Oh
you
wait! Beast one. Beast one
yourself-
allows you to summon a dog.
Oh, there you
go.
Why do we want a dog?
I'm trying to
Because
impress the children that have been through traumatic times.
I mean, like the kids are all gonna be fucking terrified, you know.
Also,
We're probably-
is Beast 1 a thing? There it is.
Yes, it's a
Dog,
thing.
small dog, small
Dog
snake,
or cat,
dog
brawn
cat.
3, quickness 6, armor 3.
Is it a cute dog?
I will let you know what it looks like.
I don't know if we should.
It's an
cast it.
Emborion spell, so it's not going to be a nightmare, but it's probably not going to be looking. It's imagine summoning a golden retriever that actually kind of has like a golden sunlight glow to it.
But remember, it obeys
I
the
don't-
command. It obeys the commands of the caster. So like,
it's gonna
You
obey.
can make it act
okay.
nice and cute.
All right, I will drop the rat and put him back in his hole.
Gently drop the rat.
Very gently. And then I will cast Beast 1.
You truly do like.
Well,
the
make sure
beast.
there's no one around. Make sure no one can see.
All right. Let's go to a secluded place. Alleyway. Let's go to an alleyway, and I will cast Beast 1 and
Yeah, while we're in
summon
an
it.
alleyway, let's put on some cloaks and grab daggers. That's not suspicious at all. Fuck.
You cast the spell, and sort of lifting your hand up with a little, sort of like a little twig effigy of a dog that you put together. You crush it in your hand and then release, and then just in a flash of light, there's a dog. Bork, hello. It doesn't say hello. It doesn't say hello, but you get the vibe. It's clearly a happy dog.
Right.
It is. Think a completely bleached German Shepherd. Basically,
Very
is,
cool. I like
It's
that.
actually kind of
Yeah,
cool.
it just bleach white German Shepherd.
Okay.
All right.
Well, we have the dog. Should we impress the
Let's
children?
go to the orphanage. Well, it's not an orphanage. I don't know that.
It's basically an
It might as well be an orphanage.
Yeah.
All right.
Orphanage.
Friends in Altamar, let's go.
Carlman, you noticed
Excuse
that your
me?
dog, their eyes are also white. Like, it's not like it's completely whited out. Like, it's got the
Well,
whites
say-
of the eyes, and then the color of the eyes is like a slightly different shade of white,
Well,
and then there's the
say-
pupil.
We'll say he's blind.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm fine with that.
We're gonna let him come up
You
with
all
the
enter in,
ideas.
and inside you see a lot of kids just sort of laying around. lot of people's just sort of huddled to themselves, and there's clearly a woman that is sort of going around tending to wounds, feeding them, especially the really young ones. Yeah, you would hazard the guess there's probably about 12 kids here, maybe 2 other women besides the one who's clearly in charge.
What was her name again?
Ina.
Ina.
I'm gonna keep forgetting.
Okay. Hello. I'm gonna say in like a whisper. Ina.
She sort of snaps her head to the entrance as you all enter in. How do you know my name?
Lutz is gonna have his hands like clasped together, whereas like his like cloak, his like robes are kind of like over. I don't know how to describe.
Yeah, I got you.
Hands hidden, robes in front. Gotcha.
Hello. I am Lutz.
Just how you know her name.
Yes, I'm going to introduce myself.
He's
I'm
got
getting
a plan.
to it.
He's got a plan. Let him do his thing.
Sorry.
I am Lutz. I've been traveling these lands, and I found that there's a lot of death and despair, and I've heard there were children, and that you were taking care of said children. I would wonder if perhaps I could say a prayer for the children, and I even brought a companion here to maybe soothe their minds.
The dog stands there almost perfectly still, but the tail's wagging. It's almost like it's pretending to be a dog. Just doing the dog things. It's like, okay, yeah, that's a dog. It's just like, it stands out, especially being like Snow White completely. Just give me a charm roll, 2d6.
Yes. Meanwhile, there's a Gentry just standing behind him.
Oh my!
Very pissed. Ooh. That's a 16.
Perfect. She says, "Please, many of these children could. Well, I also just need a hand with them. Please, as you like. Just none of the cannabis for them, if you please."
Oh, but of course. Sorry, I just took a toke myself.
She sort of gives the sort of smile.
No, that wasn't real. Of course.
That might as well be real. Nope, it happened. You took a toke in front of these fucking kids.
You did say it in the accent, which means it's official.
And then she sort of notices the 3 of you all have the same emblem, and she's like, "Are you all together? Who are your friends?"
These are my traveling companions. We are seeking knowledge in these parts, I suppose, but trying to help as much people on the way as well.
Is she,
It's a blessing.
Is she from Spur?
Clearly, yes. She does not seem to be from here, though. It seems that she is definitely a refugee herself, but it has taken it upon herself to sort of take care of as many as she can.
Wolf, do you... okay.
Did she respond?
Hello?
I couldn't hear what you said. You were sort of...
Oh, sorry. Excuse me, young lass.
Yes. Charm roll.
Where do you... Oh.
Where do you... Oh.
Excuse me, young lass. 10.
Okay. She sort of recoils at your presence. Yes?
What town do you hail from?
Saskia.
Town of
Why?
None.
Isn't that the town that we claimed we were
Yes.
from? Is that by the coast?
Yes, much closer.
I wonder where Lutz is from. I wonder if he's legitimately from there. Honestly, that'd be kind of a cool roleplay. Because, like...
Lutz?
You mean Wolf?
That's what I meant to say, sorry. Because, like, he's by the coast, and that's the first town he said. Like, the first town that came to mind. What do you think, Chris? Can I make that his hometown?
The characters are collaboratively owned. Up to you.
And there's no hometown set for him yet.
True.
Well, there is a home region.
Yes.
Yeah, but no town.
I'm gonna make that
if
his
you want to be
hometown.
Saskia, that's
can
fine.
you
That's
tell me what the
interesting. I
name
like
of it
it.
again, just so I can
SASKIA.
Oh, how's old Gertrude?
No kidding. That's where I hail from as well. How's old Gertrude?
She's no longer with us, I'm afraid.
Please, tell me what has happened to our village.
She looks at you, and there's a brief moment, there's sort of a passing emotion that goes across his eyes, or her eyes rather. I know you.
What's my name then, if you know me?
Wolf.
Aye, it's I.
I remember the burning ship and my husband was on it. I remember seeing the magic.
Read your key event.
Yes, I did just read it, but I'm reading it again. Just.
They were your friends.
Yes, I know. I'm saying, was he my best friend? Was it
too close friends?
Hold on, let me
so.
look at some names. I'm gonna make a name out, Chris. Hold on. Fuck, I just need to scroll, but it's hard. Scrolling's hard. Your husband. It couldn't have been Kurt, was it?
Husband.
Husband?
Sorry.
That's right, I said husband.
It sounded like husband. I gotta
Sorry.
giggle.
Yeah,
That husband, though.
that's a northern New York thing.
Was it the
Butts rolling.
She's staring literal daggers at you. She's not happy with you. Of all the people to survive that. Of all the people. Get away from here.
Listen, it wasn't me.
She pulls a knife. Get out.
Can I just pull Wolf
Very well.
away?
No. I'm just gonna say, very well then. But no, I'm sorry. I didn't want
Her
that to
emotions are starting to get carried away. She is shouting now. Get out! You know, she's like just almost like she's visibly shaking, and the other women are like starting to draw near to her and like pull her back by the shoulders slightly.
I'm gonna quickly retreat, Chris.
Okay.
Perplexed.
You exit out back into the street.
Does that mean all of us?
She was clearly very upset with Wolf. She seems fine with Lutz. And she's already like crying right now, and she drops the knife to the floor. It clatters. All of the children
Can I
all of the
just
children
kinda-
around are like wide-eyed, and all attention seems to be drawn to her right now.
I'm gonna
And
go
you can
grab
start
the
crying.
knife so she doesn't try to pick it up again.
Could I also send my beast over to try to comfort her?
Absolutely. The dog sort of comes up to her and just leans up on her, and she just hugs it tightly and just starts sobbing.
Wow, I don't really know what the fuck.
I know, what a fucking twist!
No.
What? Okay.
Chris,
What? No. Hold on. I didn't hear anything of what just happened because like Chris just like completely cut out.
For you?
Yeah. I don't know
The
why.
dog has gone up to her. She you know how dogs just like lean on people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does that, and she just like hugs it tight to her, like around its neck, and she just starts like crying into the fur. It's clear that she's very distraught. Lutz, knowing that as a priest, this is like prime time counseling opportunity.
Yes. I'm going to get down on one. I'm assuming she's like dropped to her knees,
Yes,
right?
very much so.
I'm going to get down to one knee as well, and offer my hand, not touch her, but just extend my hand out.
Mm-hmm.
If you require my services, I'd be more than delighted to help.
She reaches her hand out and just grabs yours, holding it very like it's almost as if she's afraid that you're going to like let go. It's like almost like someone who's afraid that they're about to fall off of an edge.
I'm going to.
You guys act like
But
you
she
guys
calms down
die.
after a time, and the grip slowly relaxes. And she sort of, wipes her nose, clears her eyes, and sort of straightens up and dusts herself off. hadn't expected to see that man ever again. Why do you travel with him, that monster?
The order that we work for does not allow us to choose our partners, unfortunately.
Such is fate. So why does fate bring you here?
Fate brings me here to solve or find answers for the things that have destroyed your homes.
The children have told me that they're before evacuation, and sometimes even just as a black cloud comes from the horizon and rolls toward their homes, and within it monstrosities and walking corpses, and in its wake is nothing but destruction and decay.
This is something I've heard of.
Your Lutz, are you a wizard?
Yes.
No.
No.
Oh, no, sorry.
The other ones of us are lizards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone else is, but me.
Who here currently still inside? Who's a wizard?
Both Carl and Audemars.
Carl and Audemars. Yagath.
The fuck is Yagath?
Essentially, it is a very powerful Urbaja demon. Essentially, it is externally, it is this, as she said, sort of a cloud that just rolls from place to place, and all that's left behind it is destruction. Very few people have ever been inside of one and lived to tell the tale. Anyone that seems to die within the cloud becomes a Draugr. And Draugrs themselves are terrifying walking killing machines that essentially need to be hacked apart and then completely burned in order to be truly destroyed.
What happens if I just created a fucking Emborion zone when it's inside?
No one has ever tried that. You don't know what would happen. However, it would probably be suitably...
it'd be a suicide
It'd be quite the
mission.
spectacle.
Well, it'd be a suicide mission, I'm presuming.
A suicide... I mean, being inside of one
Just
is
don't know.
incredibly dangerous.
Wait, an area of the casters between a patch big enough to cover a small area, but about a quarter acre.
Quarter acre's pretty big.
And a burn zone's created. All in the area are killed. The GM may choose one to ascend.
I'm gonna.
Well, unnamed characters at least.
Yeah, I got you.
I'm gonna now clasp both of my hands on hers and say, "Tell me, this black cloud, is it the same for all of the towns destroyed?"
It seems to be. It's almost as if it seeks out life and seeks to snuff it out from existence.
It is my and my team's, my order's job to solve this and get rid of it. It's an abomination.
Be safe. If you
tell
do
me,
go.
Are there any recent refugees, the children? Recent arrivals?
She nods and she sort of calls a child over. Lotrand. A very small child, probably 6 or 7 years old, sort of almost flinches as she calls his name. He comes over slowly, and he looks up at you.
Lotrand.
He's currently silent. Give me a charm roll.
Yeah, what I was gonna say is Lotrand, hello. Pet the dog a bit. And then I was motion for Carlman to make the dog walk up to him.
I mean, you guys are all sort of on the same page with the dog. It's a good boy, but I do still need a charm roll from you.
Yep. Oh, come on, baby, come on. Fuck! Oh, that's horrible. 9.
9? Okay. The kid doesn't seem to like you. Just like he seems very much, just by looking at this kid, trauma out the wazoo.
I'm gonna say a prayer. Bow to him.
He retreats into Ina's arms. She says he's a recent arrival from a village quite close by, from what I've been told from others.
Do you know the village name and direction?
I'm afraid not, but I'm told it's almost directly to the south of here. Which, maybe by a day or two.
Could I try to talk to the kid and bring my dog with me?
Sure. Charm roll.
$14.
Nice. You sort of get down on both your knees, and the dog sort of like bumps its head up on yours, and it's kind of a goofy little thing, and the kid that was kind of scared by Lutz seems to reach his hand out and pet the dog's nose. He still doesn't speak, but he seems to be somewhat put at ease, and especially the dog, especially being a creature of Emborion, is definitely putting him at ease to a degree. You know that Emborion is something that generally tries to ease suffering. However, usually in more extreme cases with things like Eidolons and Avatars, there's just a little bit of a hint of it that seems to actually be beneficial and not destructive in this case.
Alright, and I'd like to ask the kid, now son, can you tell me anything about the village you came from?
Ina almost tries to, like, he hasn't talked since he got here, but as she is halfway through saying that, the child speaks up, and he says, I'm from Garrowfort. It's to the south of here, like she said, 1 to 2 days. My mom and dad said they were gonna come with, but they weren't with the others when we ran.
Shit. Jesus, man. I fucking talk to people who are dying every day. How did I not do this?
It took me a second to fucking realize what you were saying.
Ask him what happened, what he saw.
That's what okay. Can you tell me anything about what you saw at the village?
He nods, and you can see that as the memories start to resurface, clearly fresh. His lips sort of shudder, but he tells you in sort of broken sentences of a fog starting to seep into his village, and then a dark cloud along the ground started to cover houses, and he could hear nightmarish sounds and the sounds of screaming people. At one point, a spear was thrown into the cloud, and out of nowhere, a hurricane-like storm formed around their village. Torrential gale force winds that blew down houses and trees. And then that's all that he remembers before suddenly he's here. It seems that he was definitely in a state of shock. And one of the few survivors.
I would like my dog to comfort him, and I will tell him, thank you, lad. You don't need to say any more.
The kid has no more to say. He just clings to the dog.
I think we've gotten quite what we needed here. We're going to make sure this doesn't happen again.
For all of our sake, I hope so.
Would it be unusual for me to hand the rest of my cannabis, or is that like specifically like a ritualistic? Should be done with a priest.
Hang on, sir, could you repeat your question? I couldn't quite make it. I just heard the cannabis bit.
Would it be unusual for me to hand her like cannabis and a pipe to soothe her, or
No,
like
not at all, because that's essentially giving someone a prescription. in your case. So, like,
I'm going to...
it's like a little tiny pipe that's already pre-packed. You hand it to her, and she'll take care of the rest.
I'm going to finally let go of, well, I mean, at least attempt to let go of her hands. And, well, actually, I'm going to help her to her feet first.
Sure.
And tell her that, I'm truly sorry for what happened to your husband. I'm sorry that I brought that pain to you inadvertently back. But what you do for these children is amazing in its own right. And I'm going to slowly hand her the pipe, pre-filled pipe. Take this if your heart ever gets heavy again.
She takes it and just nods her head a few times. At the mention, just the word husband, it clearly starts her tearing up slightly. But she keeps her composure, pats you on the shoulder, and then sort of makes eye contact with the rest of the three of you, and then returns to tending to the children.
We're going to slowly take our leave.
Okay.
Can I throw her knife back down? Because I picked it up earlier.
I'm sure you just set it off to the side.
I literally want to throw it at her feet. Like, not like trying to hurt her, but
just
throw
toss
it back to her. No, like rudely, like kind of like slam it at her feet. Yeah, you'll see.
Charm roll.
God. There's 2 people wanting to help and 2 people wanting to
13, I think.
Okay.
8, 5, 13. Yeah. I'm gonna look at her and say, "You threaten one of my companions again. It won't be so nice."
Can we already be exiting?
Yeah, they're already.
The rest of you are like, this is just what Audemars is doing as the rest of you are leaving. I would expect nothing less of a man like you.
I'll just leave.
Okay. Whew, deep breaths, everyone.
Oh man.
All right. So it sounds like you all have a goal.
Yeah, Wolf's just casually waiting outside.
Yeah, Wolf's just sort of like kicking the dust, just like, oh, look, the ground.
Wolf, what do you say when you...
That was quite a shock to me.
Well, you can go ahead and get over it. It wasn't your husband that died.
'Tis my friend, my best friend. He didn't deserve it, and she doesn't deserve it neither. And not only they, but the entire village now gone.
Hopefully she will have...
I want revenge. I want revenge, Audemars. I want whoever did this to pay. And magic to be stricken from this world.
You are so close to swearing an oath. I love it. Okay.
Can I?
Don't worry, I understand.
I'd like to cast an oath that I will destroy the cause of this.
Okay.
Or sacrifice my life.
That's very much an Emborion oath. Okay. So, essentially, I will... so the phrasing is very important. I recommend... Let me get to the spell page, just so that we can get that quick. Okay, oaths. An oath must begin with the phrase, I will, and is followed by a stated action, which must follow these constraints depending on which magical color is being expressed. Which magic would you like to express for your oath? Emborion or Herbage? Okay, Emborion. So specifically, Emborion oaths follow these constraints. In terms of the action, the restoring of true death to an undead, the protection of a person or beast against a specific attacker, the preservation of an object or a physical location from a specific threat, or the destruction of a demon. So phrase your oath accordingly.
Is spur too broad?
Physical location. No, it is not. As long as you have a specific threat that you are naming, it could be I shall defend Spur from the Yoggoth.
Yes.
That can be an oath.
I wolf, hear me, hear me. I will end the Yoggoth from destroying this land. So help me, and damn me soul to the depths of the briny deep.
Okay, perfect. So you swear your oath, and once announced, you can feel and see white light glow about your person. So as long as you are acting toward fulfilling this oath, you will have an additional 1d6 to any dice roll that is directly relevant to it. It is rolled separately every time it is used. It is not an advantage dice. For each, the result of each roll is added to your Emborion points, basically. So let me get you a white d6 real quick.
Imagine that you're gonna have 4d6 to roll. Potentially.
Potentially, yes. Let me scale that up for you. So this white die right here is your oath die. So if you are doing something specifically toward fulfilling the oath, you get that, and then you're going to add to your Emborion. You might find that it may add up quite quickly. All right.
Chris.
So, yes.
Oh, well, I guess, so...
Well then, shall we depart and destroy this vile magic?
Yes, I believe the child told us of the village, God...
Giafort. Oh, no, sorry, it's... No, Giafort. Garifort.
Yep, Garifort.
Garifort, it's to the south. That's where the cloud was last seen.
2 days ago, yes. Or at least it is 2 days away from here.
Oh, wait, so it's heading from the coast inland, right?
It seems like it, yes.
So, do I know what town what's east of that town? Or west of that town, sorry.
Give me a wits roll, 2d6. You don't have to add your Emborion one on this one. This is just you knowing things. Unless you want to add it, up to you.
I rolled a 16 without it, so...
Okay, perfect. The town that is next closest, the next biggest one specifically, that one is essentially Wiebe Brook. So it's essentially Wiebebrook. Wiebebrook.
That, the way that boy described it, well, you're telling me the way the boy described it seems like it's heading for Wiebebrook. Quite a decently sized town. We best make our move.
From there, you strongly suspect that it's on its way here. From what, especially as a wizard and what any wizard in this party knows of Yoggoths,
Yes.
They are attracted to they are attracted to densely populated areas, and it stands to reason that this may very well be the most densely populated area in the region. It's more than likely that Wiebebrook has already been evacuated, because word spreads as survivors go from town to town seeking shelter and running. So
I'm gonna tell them, and if it hits Wiebebrook, it'll be heading here next. I couldn't protect Kurt, but I'll die trying to protect Ina.
That's settled then. Let's get out of the fort and put on our armor, and let's head out, shall we?
Well, it's how far? It's 2 days away, you said?
Yep.
Alright, let's make a move on. But
I
before...
think Chris lost connection. He's lagging out.
Oh, Chris, are you here?
yes, hello, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, you lost.
Okay,
So,
cool.
Chris, can you say this correctly?
Wiebebrook?
Like, there's a vile storm that's like destroying everything in its path, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Before I get there, I would like to cast a spell, Chris.
Okay. So roughly a day's travel. You exit the fort. Pretty much, there's a sort of brief altercation with the guards, but you're like, fuck off, we're on our way out. We're decked out in armor. You don't want to deal with us right now. We're on a mission. Bypass security, and you are back on the road. After about a day's travel, you get a local outdoorsman to guide you on the... Yeah, you have your support staff, and even that you have an outdoorsman.
Yeah.
The combined wits of Wolf and Carlman.
Sorry, Troy.
get you guys, and you can see this small. It's one of the abandoned villages that you basically passed through almost a couple of days ago, and you find yourself upon it.
You see any dark?
And John, of course, you can do something dramatic. That is always on the table.
What is it? But I was saying, can I do it in secret, so to speak?
I
will be right back, and I want to head off into the woods by myself to prepare for a ritual.
You head off into the woods.
Piss.
I would like to do a ritual, Chris.
Okay. Tell me of the ritual.
Well, okay, I'm gonna message you because I want it to be a surprise.
Okay, fine.
He's gonna turn himself to the lich in the middle of the
No!
He comes back. Hey guys, as his skin is peeling off. Hey guys.
Falls over. Bitch, you look stupid.
Let me just double check that for you,
Yeah.
John.
I just want to make. Yeah, can you just let me know exactly what I need to do?
Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Just check the rules of it.
Who the fuck is listening to fucking like that stupid TikTok song?
What?
I heard like 2 seconds of it. It's in your background, Caleb. Yeah, that fucking song. Yeah, I know. God, what I wouldn't give to have Janaya be able to just fucking pin someone right now.
Pin Strahd.
Kill Jester. All right. Cool.
It's my adventure.
Wolf returns.
Jester.
After about 3 hours, you guys had. What do you guys do during the 3 hours?
Go over some battle tactics. What we may need to be thinking about. I don't fucking know.
That's a good one.
So you just want to like skip 3 hours then while you guys discuss tactics? Oh.
Hello, I'm still here. We're good.
Hi.
I think.
Yeah, it was.
Are we good?
Yeah,
So you guys want to
me.
skip?
I don't know why. Like you just keep cutting out for me, Chris.
That's weird. Sorry about that.
No, I don't know what's causing it.
So worst case scenario, you can use the audio from my computer.
Hmm.
So you guys want to skip ahead 3 hours while you guys discuss battle tactics?
Sure.
All right. So I emerge out of the woods, Chris?
Yeah, 1 sec. Hang on. Oh boy. Okay. Okay. Wolf returns. Let me double check. Let me make sure.
A little
I got this
worse
right.
for wear.
Here's what I need from you, Wolf. I need you to first roll 2d6.
9.
Okay. Oh, this is actually pretty fucking good for you. Okay.
Yeah, because I went over, didn't I?
Yep.
Sacrifice.
What did you do, you madman?
Oh, wow.
Okay, there's that, and then come on. Let me see here. Then I need a brawn roll from you.
2d6.
1d6.
Oh, nice.
Very nice, Caesar
13.
Chan.
I'm sorry, what was the total?
13 total.
Okay. No difference.
Did you offset your brawn from casting the ritual?
So your brawn is 4 right now.
Okay.
Yeah, so that is what you make your brawn roll with.
So 10 then.
Okay. You're faintly glowing from your blood vessels, basically. Wolf returns. He is glowing slightly more right now.
I'm not a wizard, so I cannot detect anything.
No, none
you
of
can
it
definitely
is
see that he's glowing.
This is what you like. Wolf returns from the woods, and he is glowing slightly more. White light seems to come out from underneath his fingernails, and there's also sort of the faint glistening aura about him from when he swore the oath.
I hope. I heard the last time someone disappeared for 3 hours and Frigdeer wasn't alive anymore, so I hope it's not the case for you.
Don't worry, I would never do something like that.
Better fucking hope not.
Let's carry on then.
Carry on.
I forget who was even like present. It was it was Tab. And
yeah, it was Tab, Audemars,
Increditor,
and then Wolf. Yeah, Wolf was there too.
But Wolf left right when it started. He's like, yeah, I'm out.
What's coming back from the fucking forest?
Well, Wolf coming back from the forest.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so Wolf returns, and you carry on the rest of the way. As you reach this village, it is quite obviously foggy. Or think Curse of Strahd level fog. It is thick, and it practically engulfs the lot of you.
Is it thick with 2 C's?
Yes, 2C thick.
All right, I'm gonna have to pause for 1 second. My food is finally here.
Okay. Chris, you
You
gonna
can
change
go ahead.
the ambiance?
When the time is
continue
right.
Explaining, if you want.
Are we in the cloud?
Can I give
Unsure.
Can I give it a nice whiff?
Oh, you can smell it. It's close.
That smelly smell.
That smelly smell that smells.
So we kill Yargoth and this ends, if I'm correct, wizards?
Aye. It'll be destroyed one way or another. If I
The
have
gods
anything
have
to
smiled
say
favorably upon us, Wolf.
I hope so, for my sake. And for Ina's sake. And for your sake.
We'll wait till Trey gets back though for the rest.
Yes. Yes, and if anything, yeah, short break. Let's go to the bathroom and whatnot.
Sounds good. I'll be back.
I'm gonna get some water. Water's good for so. Oh.
Oh, I'm gonna have to get off soon. Very tired. What the fuck? I'm gonna have to get off soon though. Very tired. Yeah, I'll have it.
What's going on? Did someone change the music? Hello?
Hello. There we are.
Roll call.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Trey is still getting his food, and Caleb is still not back from getting Walter.
Likely, yes. I think Conlon may be hopping out because he's getting tired.
Yes, I
Yeah.
can't blame him. But Carl,
Bless.
we could use you in this next coming fight.
I know, I'm sorry.
Where can I find information about this guy, Chris?
About what?
Yoggith.
Oh, page 158.
Nice. Oh my goodness, that could come in handy.
Mm-hmm.
Wolf would do this.
Hello, I'm back.
Hello.
Hello, we're just waiting for Trey, Stiffer.
Traystifer.
That's what I name him sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I know. That's why it's funny. Let me.
Is that Wolf using Emboria?
Yeah.
Fucking tabletop.
Ah!
Let's rolling up to the orphanage.
Hey, yo, what?
And with that being
Rat.
said,
Is this?
let's get right into the video.
Things got ugly on these. Oh no.
What happened?
What the fuck? He shat his pants? Why?
I mean, why does anyone shit their pants in accident, right?
I don't know. I mean, it might just be cold enough that he doesn't want to expose his ass.
What are you talking about?
So in the fucking Jester's Hall, the first person to cross to Antarctica and unaided says that he pooped his pants.
And he had to continue to use the same underwear for 38 days.
I mean, I would hope that he fucking scooped it out.
Chris, have you, or maybe it got frozen and he couldn't attach it.
What?
Maybe it froze and he couldn't attach it. Hey, Chris, have you played Livonia? DayZ? Yeah.
No, I haven't had DayZ installed in a hot minute, and I'm not about to buy some goddamn DLC for an unfinished game.
Dude, DayZ RP, well, it's technically finished now. It's out of early.
Heavy air quotes on that.
The mod's finished.
Yeah.
Apparently, like in DayZ RP, like Chernarus is like dead. Like, no one is on it. Everyone's on Livonia.
Okay.
It's like two servers.
Makes sense.
Livonia, I think, is like Polish.
You kind of cut out there, Polish.
Yeah, Livonia is like based on.
Interesting. I wonder how different it actually is, or if it's just like, hey, reskin.
They added bears.
Oh my god.
Hey there, Voyagers! Captain Fonflix at your service. Nice. You know, decades after living the seafaring life, you think you've seen it all. That is, until I heard the tragic tale of two
It's pretty
wikis.
small. I'm
That's
looking at the map,
lighthouse
right?
keepers to you
It's
landlubbers
landlocked.
who were
There's like
driven
not a
to
coast or
madness
anything.
and
There's just a
murder
big
back in the
river, which is
1890s.
kind of cool.
I know you're
Interesting.
thinking the sea driving people mad. That happens all the time. Tell me something I don't know. But there's something especially unusual about these two lads, as though the sea itself were playing a part as well. Kind of watching over the two, you know. And if there's one thing experienced seas people like myself know, is you best never cross the
Oh my
ocean.
god, 2,000 calories in a 3 a.m. binge of these Colin bars for the skier.
Hey, Caleb.
Eat uranium? What?
I just had an interesting lighthouse theory that the seagull that was one-eyed, the one-eyed seagull, was actually the former Wiki trying to warn him.
Yeah, could have been. That's kind of cool. Warn him of what? Oh, well, yeah. Yeah. That Tom's gonna try to make him go mad. I'm just telling you, if I was in that situation, I too would.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see. So apparently he did his best to clean up that night, but for most of the day he had very, very dookie-filled pants. The poor man.
And then he went like with the same underwear, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, there's no. Yeah, I would assume that he like tried to wipe as much as he could in the snow, but probably way
After
past
15
gone.
days of pulling a nearly 400-pound sled across a treacherously windy Antarctica, Colin O'Brady was hungry, his willpower depleted. I woke up during the night, feeling overwhelmed and ganged up on, my defenses down. O'Brady wore his new memoir about his expedition, The Impossible First.
I think I'm gonna hop off.
Understand.
Yeah, it seems like Trey's out.
No, Trey's not out. He's just.
Well, I mean, just because he's
knowing
been
Trey,
out so long.
knowing Trey, what he's probably doing is he's probably eating his food because he likes to eat his food.
Or
before coming back.
I misworded. I'm like Trey, as in Trey is still out doing his thing and may not be back just yet. So yeah, it makes sense to head out.
Yeah. I wish the boys luck.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Carmen takes his leave into the forest to be with you.
With my dog. All right. So John, do you have it in the notes that use 3 Urbaja?
I will put it down in the notes.
Okay.
Use 3 Urbaja, really?
Yeah. Well, because I cast Scene
Well, you
twice.
used Amborion for.
Sorry, I was
It was
scarfing down my
Amborion.
food.
You're
real
right.
quick.
Oh, Trey's back. Perfect, though.
Yeah. Sorry, I was scarfing down my food as fast as I could. I ate like 5 pieces of pizza, some
You could have
wings.
eaten while you played.
I can't take my food downstairs. I have an
Oh.
unfinished basement, so it attracts a lot of ants.
I also have an unfinished basement, and there's
I also have an
fucking
unfinished basement. It's called the crawl
trash
space.
all.
All right, let's get a move on.
All right. Oh yeah, Trey, I need to go to sleep, so I will be hopping off.
That's fine.
Adios.
All right. Have a good night, guys.
Go.
All right.
See it.
Take us on our
Hey,
way.
was there a reason that our watch together was paused, or?
Yes.
Yeah, while we waited, I switched songs.
Gotcha.
Alrighty. You are within a fog of a fog of cloud, a cloud of fog. There we go. Wolf smells it. It's close.
It's coming, boys. I've smelled many a storm, but none as strong as this.
Well, then fucking get to it.
Should we try to warn the town, maybe?
You guys are
They're already
in the town.
Remember?
This
it's
is the
already
town
been
that has already been evacuated for the most part.
Lutz is gonna tug at his mail because it's getting caught in his beard. Nervously.
What do your gods say about our chances, Lutz?
Favorably, Wolf. Let's kill these monstrosities.
Agreed.
All right, organize yourselves by quickness. All of a sudden, through the fog, there is a massive wall of just black, gaseous material, and it's starting to bear down upon you. Its quickness is 6.
Mine's 9.
Okay.
Mine's 8. Woo.
Wolf is 7.
Damn. Okay.
Wait, so it's only one target?
Yes, but it is very big. You're on
is
the
this
outside of it
Yurgoth?
currently.
This is the Yurgoth, you're saying?
The Yuggoth, yes, this is it. It's huge. It is
What
a
is-
giant cloud.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
We can't really attack the cloud, though, can we? Are we going into the cloud?
Let it come closer.
It is.
Wait,
like
I have an
within
idea
15
for it.
feet.
Just hold your horses. I have an idea.
Wait, can't you pass turns?
Yes.
Well, I just don't understand what I'm supposed to do.
You
Can't
do whatever you feel to
damage
do.
that. Can I? Is
You'll
it
have
like
to
right?
try.
Is it right in front of me?
The entire cloud itself, yes.
Can I try to smack it with my staff?
Sure. Give me a split. And since you
Oh
are,
my.
you are. Let me double check how this man's is. Okay.
Oh,
fuck,
yeah.
no. Boo.
Yeah.
Fuck Patreon.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Let me just see if it's got any resistances to stuff. Okay. I don't see anything specific. You are drawing it into a clash, so you get the advantage die.
Jesus, 18 to split. You can do that? Holy
So
shit.
So
like,
double your
Chris, can you
quickness.
just describe what is before us a little bit?
A giant black cloud. It seems
Is
to.
it storming?
No, not yet. It is just rolling over you all, basically. It's about to, anyway. All right.
Cool, and then I just do the original split.
Yep.
Okay, and then we roll the dice.
Yep.
Wow, what an awful 1, 2, 3.
You got a 5 total, bud.
Huh?
Oh, I see. Oh,
Six.
across the board. Never mind. My bad. I didn't see them all together.
Yeah, make
Okay.
sure you keep your original split hidden, by the way.
You don't. I'm all the way over here looking at my own, so you don't have to worry about it. And either way, like there are specific rules for creatures and how they do splits, so all's well.
Okay.
So
no.
its results were 17 and 17.
Yikes.
Okay, Caleb, you
So-
got 15-15, by the way.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, you add it to both sides, so 6 to both sides.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there you go.
15 and 15. That's fine.
Okay, so 9 and 9 plus.
Well, it's 15.
Yeah, 14.
Yeah, you're right, 14, sorry,
So
I'm stupid.
5's. Wait, yeah, so 5 because
6 here.
yeah, 9 plus 6 is 15.
Math hard.
Okay, there you go. We did it. So, 2 plus brawn, 9, 11. What's your armor?
It's mail and Spangenhelm, so 9.
9. Okay. You take 2 damage. Basically, as you sort of step into swipe at this thing, your staff just hits something thick, and a tentacle wraps around your arm and pulls you inside. It is very spooky in here. Inside, the entire cloud is just open, gaping mouths and hanging tendrils that writhe and twist. I need a wits roll from you.
You monster!
Wits roll? Uh-oh.
Oh, uh-oh.
You monster!
Oh, no.
Yeah.
6.
6.
Okay. You are incapable of targeting other characters in any way. I think that also includes creatures and such, although if the wording is as specific in this book as I think it is, I don't know.
Caleb, you should do
You
a
are also
God's roll.
incapable of speaking. You may remove this effect by pumping 2 brawn.
I'm going to remove the effect.
Okay. Very good. You are moved to the back. Audemars.
So, my question is, can I set a condition for what I want to do?
I don't know. What are you trying
well,
to do?
So, I was going to say, because I want to see what Wolf's going to do. I want to cast my spell after whatever Wolf does.
Oh, well, you can move yourself behind me.
You can pass the turn. Yeah. You can delay your turn.
That's
Is
fine.
that a thing?
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, I would like to do that.
Okay. Cool. Wolf, it's you.
The only thing is the storm happening yet?
It's
No.
not a storm, it's just a cloud that destroys shit. It's like a hurricane. Whatever goes in it is destroyed. That's it.
I just don't want to cast it too early. I'm just confused.
TikTok.
Alright, I mean, I guess I'll cast it. Alright. I'm going to say... Be
So,
gone,
'cause-
ye evil demon of the night! And I'm gonna yeet my spear into it.
Okay. Make a split. You have advantage.
Well, no, like...
You are still attacking it with your spear.
Okay.
You're throwing a spear into it. That is an attack, essentially. So unless you want to just brandish your spear and do what you're about to do, or fuck it, you know what? Fuck it. I'll allow both, considering the weirdness that you've got here. So this is definitely all 4 dice that you are rolling. Depending on how successful you are, will determine what happens next.
Okay.
So
I'm making my. So what am I doing?
Make a split.
So determine your split. Split your quickness.
Oh wait.
Whoever's on top of that, I really appreciate that. Just moving.
John and I are flip-flopping back.
Yeah, because
and
I
forth.
can't. I don't know why I can't like set the playback for it.
Well, it's not the set playback. It's the last
Or
like.
set the limit,
15
yeah.
seconds,
The end
yeah.
of the
So I multiply my quickness, correct?
I do.
but
Yeah. Okay.
So quickness times 2, allocate it to each side, attack and defense, and then now we roll dice.
and then you add the dice to both sides.
Okay.
I like this one a little bit more.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. So you gain 2 Emborion points, and holy guacamole. Okay. So its split is 14 and 14. You're about to do a lot of damage with that 25 right there. So let's see.
Shit,
So I'm getting what Emborion?
You gain 2 points of Emborion.
Okay.
So let's see here. 25 compared to 14.
Oh shit. What was it?
Okay, what's the difference between the two here? We got 1. What's your brawn currently?
7. Do I add my armor?
The brawn that you
No,
spent
your
to do
brawn
the
is
ritual
4.
is gone.
Oh,
Your brawn is 4.
currently. Sorry.
Okay, so it's 15. 6. Okay, you are... Actually, no, you're throwing a spear, so it's going to bypass armor. Okay, you're dealing 15 damage, big shooter.
Does it do anything? No, like with the sword.
I got you. Give me a moment
okay,
here.
okay.
I just gotta help this guy. Okay, 15 minus 2. Let me double check here. Hang on, let me double check the armor on this thing. Oh shit, that's not mail. Never mind. Okay, you're doing a lot less than I expected. My bad. I read it wrong. But we're good. You are dealing 9 damage, which is still good. 9. Okay, so. As you throw your spear into the cloud, black ooze bursts forth out from where your spear lands, and for about 2 seconds, a massive black storm manifests itself immediately around all of you. And then the enchantment that was placed on the spear triggers. Blinding white light spews forth, and for a moment, everything within the cloud is illuminated, and you see the gnashing teeth and writhing tentacles. What was your defensive split, by the way?
11.
11? Okay. You might take damage here. 3 plus its brawn at the time was 9. So it's 12. What's your armor?
My armor is
The value.
4.
Just tell me what you're wearing, and I can read it off for you.
Is Gamazon and Mail on the same time?
Just whatever it is that you had selected. You're the one that said that you're armored up. So whatever it is that you selected.
$15, I think. Yep, 15.
Okay, you do not take damage. A mouth tries to snap at you, but you successfully, like, basically you just raise up your shield and deflect it off, and the blinding white light absorbs the storm, and all is calm once again. You successfully quell the storm as the staff activates. Do you spend brawn to cast the enchantment? Or to use the enchantment, because that's something that you need to do. If you want to preserve it and use it again, potentially. Unless, if you're fine with it being terminated, then do nothing.
I think that's what I'm going to do, because I can't afford that brawn hit.
Okay, fair enough. Duly noted. Alright. that you damaged it significantly, so you go back, and so does it.
Really?
It's gonna pump a brawn. Yeah, if you take quickness damage, you go back to the end of the line with whatever it is that attacked you. It's going to pump a brawn.
I'm gonna pump a brawn to get in front of it.
Okay.
You're not going yet, you little fucker. It's fine. So is it still? I did. So is it still a cloud or?
Oh yeah, it is absolutely still a cloud, and for a brief moment you see everything that is inside of it. I need a wits roll from you.
This is a fucking eldritch beast. Ah, I'm going
18.
insane.
Repeat.
18.
18. You're fine.
Okay. Well, so I'm inside of it now. It kind of kills the spell I wanted to do.
Yeah, it has effectively rolled over all of you as it tries to
Okay.
reach for all of you.
Well, then I'm just gonna stab it with my spear.
Okay. Let me just double check this.
Or do I have to do something special, like get out of it first?
Okay. What are you doing?
I was gonna stab it with a spear.
Okay. Yep. Totes fine. You are currently within it. It is going to have the advantage on its rolls.
Okay.
Here we go. Where's the die?
Give me 1 second.
Question.
Yes.
Is Lutz being dangled around by a tentacle, or is he on the...
He is currently being grabbed. Yes. He looks like he might be in about... Because it looks like it's about to devour him. Tentacle is moving him to one of its mouths.
No!
You also notice that within the cloud there are moving humanoid figures.
Okay. Okay.
Uh-oh. The Draugr. Oh no.
Oh, I kind of wish I knew that information sooner.
We did. He did mention
No, the moving people, like actually moving.
Okay.
I'm
So
ready.
yeah, make your commitment, and then make your roll.
Nice.
And nice. He's such a.
Ooh, nice.
Okay. What you got?
24-14.
Holy guacamole. Okay. Its attack is 16, so you might very well still take damage here.
I don't think so. Got all that armor on.
Yeah, that's true. You do have a lot of armor. It's going to attempt to grab you, but you sort of clap your sword through one of the tentacles, shearing it. With a 24 over a 16, let's do some quick maths here.
8, and then I have 6 brawn.
8 plus 6. Okay.
14.
Okay. Very good. So, you slash your sword through what almost feels like a pillar stone tentacle. And black ooze just goes everywhere as the cloud starts to dissipate. Lutz, you are dropped to the ground, and as it dissipates, you see that you guys are effectively surrounded by Draugr at this point.
Wait, so did Onomar kill it?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so you have John to thank for doing some massive damage and preventing a storm from starting. Otherwise, y'all would have really been in a fucking tough spot.
I think we both were gonna do massive damage to me.
Well, the thing is,
honest.
you would have had a harder time doing so if it had gotten its storm off, because you guys would have essentially been severely disadvantaged on your rolls, possibly bringing your quickness down to 1d6 in cases. Okay. Cool. That dissipates. What's this thing? Oh wow. Okay.
He spawned more.
It's not quite what you think.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Wait, how many things are in this battle now?
3 Draugr, and then 2 other things that you will eventually find out about.
Definitely am.
Okay,
I
that's your
think
turn.
he did that because they're fogged currently. Like.
Yeah. No. It is
You'll see.
a special little thing. Okay, the first Draugr is going to go after Lutz. It is just basically a naked human being. However, all of its arms seem to have been chewed on and then grown back in various strange angles. It's gonna grab at you.
Grab me?
Yes.
Oh, let me go! Oh,
Be gone, Vile Beggar.
Alrighty. The Draugr approaches. It's gonna try and beat the shit out of you. Okay. What is your result? I have 16 and 16.
I have 12 and 16.
Okay, you successfully overcome the attack as it beats at your shield. However, your return attack, it ducks your quarterstaff.
I just have a staff. I'm a fucking monk.
Alright, that is it. You didn't take damage, so you're not moved back. Next Draugr, Lutz, you are still the closest mans here.
Alright, can I pump a brawn?
Yes, you can.
Run away!
What are you going to do?
Can I run behind my nice Gentry?
Sure. You were drawn into a clash with the other one, so you need to give me a quickness roll. 2d6.
Ooh.
Perfect. You successfully dodge out of the grip of the one that was trying to smack at you.
Can I cast a spell?
No. Your action for the round was to disengage and get out of combat, basically.
Don't worry, Lutz. I won't let
It gets you away. You are now no longer the target of these things, which is good, so you don't fucking die. Wolf, however, is the next target, since he does not have his spear. And he is also closer. So, here we go.
Oh, John, don't forget to do your rolls.
Yes.
And
Oh,
make your
he's
commitment and
attacking me. That's right. I need to make
Yeah,
a
you gotta
sword
make a
here.
commitment and such.
By the way, your oath has been fulfilled.
Goodbye.
Let's double check.
Does that mean he gets a present?
We about to find out. Let's see.
On a successful oath, you win the adventure.
Negative.
Sorry, I accidentally pressed Q over it.
Oh. So unfulfilled. So to end an oath, that's it. You just end it. If you don't end it, you would get a mark and a permanent -1 to an attribute of the player's choice.
Yeah, so you're good. You're solid, John. Yeah, you're good.
Good job, John.
Da-da-da.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Okay, 13 and 13 is this guy's split.
I rolled 8, 9, and a 9.
9 and a 9.
I rolled
Okay.
2 ones.
Ooh, I would have gone all out defense there.
One was 5. Okay, you have 9 damage coming your way. Does your armor stop at all?
I have a 4, a 6,
So 10?
12. So I have
12
12
armor.
total.
Okay, yeah, the Draugr is able to successfully get past your quarterstaff. Actually, no, wait. You just have a shield and your armor. So
I
yeah,
just
you
have a shield
currently
and a
don't-
knife.
Yeah, you currently, that's what you got.
Yeah.
Yeah, you, however, are fine. It is unable to do any substantial damage to you.
You'll have to try harder than that to kill old wolf.
it just stares deadpan at you. It seems like it's going to continue the assault. Another Draugr gangs up on you with it. It seems that they are intent on overwhelming you. Seeing that you are wearing armor, they're going to try and... This one specifically is going to try and rip off some of your armor. So, we'll see how that goes. Okay. Alright, I have 15 and 15.
I have 10 and 16.
10 and 16. Okay.
Do I add my brawn to any of this or no?
No, brawn is only added when you actually deal damage to it. So your attack did not overcome it, and your defense was successful. So basically another Draugr is just right on top of you, and you're just keeping them both at bay with your shield.
They can't keep their hands off, Wolf.
Alrighty.
I think this is the first time we'll such action.
What'd you say?
So I think this is the first time Wolf has had many people with their hands on him.
So
I sawed off, yep, damn.
Ottomar and Lutz, both of you were inside of the Yaggoth when it died. You all are covered with sort of oily black ichor.
Weren't we all inside of it when it died?
Oh, Wolf was not, because he threw a spear. He did not go in and stab it.
Yeah, but you said it rolled over everyone after he threw the spear.
Fair.
Remember?
Y'all are covered, but y'all are the two I'm talking about. So, here's what we got. So, the ichor on top of you smells awful, and it is going to attack you. You both have splotches on you.
I've got demon semen on me.
Basically. Yeah, it's basically trying to eat through your armor. Okay, you'll see if it's attached. That'll be what this is. Okay. Y'all need to make your splits.
I already did, boy. I'm ready.
It's attacking both of us. Alright.
Well, one at a time. The first one is on Ottomar. Yeah. Okay. That's that. Okay, what's your result?
1622.
Damn, okay. You overcome its defense, it does not overcome yours. You said what was your attack? 16?
16, yeah.
Okay, 5 plus your brawn.
11.
11, okay. Very good. What weapon?
Spear.
Okay.
Actually, no, sorry, sword, not spear. It was sword. That's what I had gripped when I slashed.
Okay. You do not deal any damage to this. Your sword, you're sort of like stabbing practically at yourself, and it seems to just it's almost like putting your sword through water, basically. It seems that you are going to need to hit it with something else. Meanwhile...
Boys, I think magic is needed.
Or blunt objects. Especially, yeah, Ottomar, you're a wizard. You know that these things need to be splattered. Slicing through them is like cutting through silly putty. It'll just reform, basically. Meanwhile, Lutz, you need to make a split.
I already have my splits made.
Okay, roll.
Yep. Holy shit, Chris.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What?
He just rolled insanely.
Big money on this man's. What you got for me?
6 and 22.
6 and Okay, your defense on point. Your attack does not hit it. It has a 26, so it successfully latches onto you. The difference is 4, and then it's brawn. It's 3. What's your armor?
9.
Okay, it does not deal damage to you just yet. However, it is successfully latched onto you, which means... once attached, continue to tell you that my armor does not protect against it. Okay, the next round of attacks against you specifically, it is going to basically ignore your armor. It is just seeping through, and it is going to start basically corroding your very flesh. Okay, that's its turn. That's both their turns, actually. Wolf, back to you, bud. Your friends seem to be in a bit of a sticky wicket. You do see your spear not far away if you want to try and go grab that while fighting these things.
Hey Chris. You said it's goo, right?
Yes.
That's causing the issues?
It seems to be, yes. You see
Only
that
on
the...
these ones, though, like these
Yep,
two
just
silver
those two.
ones. Well, actually, I don't know if it's weird. Probably could just... I probably should try to even out my magic anyway.
If you guys want to try and detach the things that are on you, like just rip them off, it is a brawn roll when you get to your next turn.
Gotcha.
And that is if it has been... Right now, Audemars, you're okay. It's trying to get a hold on you. Lutz, however, you're in trouble.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to find a cool thing.
Guys, this is Lutz right now.
Get this shit off me! Ah! Get this beta shit off me!
God. Get this shit off me!
Hey, hold on. Actually, that actually would be a smart idea. Hey, Chris.
Yes.
Purify.
Yeah.
Boreon spell.
Okay. What level is it?
Hold on. I'm not having it. It's hard to scroll through this. I'm pretty sure it's a white. It's a 2-level white spell. It says that target spiritual case of any impurities, case of or single level. If it is a corpse, the body becomes a polished skeleton. So would that rid all the ooze?
What's your thought here?
I'd still be around, but it wouldn't have any ooze anymore. It'd just be a skeleton, right?
It is not a corpse that is currently attacking your friends. It is basically a tiny demon. Yeah,
okay,
that is what a splotch is. It's basically the vestiges of a more powerful demon, but it is still itself a demon.
I'm going to try to club the one that's on Lutz.
Okay, very good. What are you clubbing it with? Because you have a knife. And also you are currently engaged with Draugr, by the way.
Take my quarterstaff.
I have a club, but can I try to escape them and try to go help Lutz?
It would take 2 separate actions to disengage from clashes, and then to do something
I'll
else.
be fine, John. I have a turn.
I will just attack the Draugr then.
Okay, yeah, club them.
Well, I can attack them with a sword, right? The Draugr.
You don't have a sword. You're a fisherman.
Oh, what am I talking about? That's right. Oh, well, the knife, I suppose, would be more effective.
No, yeah, especially in close combat, a knife is really good. That'll definitely get you the advantage now that you're actually in a clash. However, Draugr are kind of weird, so we'll see how that goes.
So I add another die, or?
No.
Okay.
So you're attacking a Draugr, correct?
Yes.
Let me double check Draugr shit real quick, just to make sure we're good. Okay, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you will definitely have the advantage against these things with a knife.
Alright,
Get that picture out of here.
Yeah, I'm getting rid of it.
Okay, you have your split. Roll has been made. Ooh, you might have. I have 8 and 8 for the Draugr.
Oh yes!
What you got?
Oh my goodness.
30? And holy Jesus Christ, John. Okay.
Yo, he dead.
Yeah, you brain it. And you successfully, 1, drop it to 0, and then also beyond 0, your knife sticks in its skull and it's pulled out of your hand as the Draugr drops to the ground. We'll take this one away. Okay. All right. It's going to attempt to reknit itself, but we'll get there. That's your turn. It's behind you because you dealt more damage to it. Audemars.
So, I want to try casting a spell, but I don't know if it's gonna work.
Well,
experimentation is just great.
Also very dangerous.
Of course, as you found out with Ingfriede.
Yeah. Hold on, let me give me like 1 moment to think about this.
Sure. There's a neat little Herbaja spell that you guys might like.
Well, I was thinking of
you can definitely
something
try
else.
You will try.
I don't know how. I do not know the effects that will happen if you do, but you can certainly try.
Okay. So I think I'm gonna try casting Wrath.
Okay.
And create that Umbreon zone.
Okay. Very good. Let me see how this is going to play out.
Because it says all unnamed characters are killed except for one that may extend.
Oh, this is not. These are not characters. These are undead and demons.
Oh, so they're not considered characters?
No.
But they are Herbaja.
Yeah, that's the big thing, is that a Yaggoth itself is basically an Herbaja zone that spreads. And you are casting a Amborion zone on top of an Herbaja zone. And on top of that, it is also filled with Draugr. So let me see if there's anything in the book about what's supposed to happen.
Hold on, I need to email the creator.
Let me see if he's even online. Because that'd be hilarious. It'd be like, hey, yo, got a question for you. He is not online. That would have been hilarious if he was, though.
Hey, can I invite you to my Discord? Come in for 5 seconds. Explain this.
We need some assistance here. we got some magic going on here. Okay.
I don't want to waste 3 brawn for light zone. Good job. Everything's lit up.
You know what? You're spending significant brawn to solve all of your problems, so I'm down for the clown. You raise your hand, and blinding. So how big of an area are we targeting here?
Oh, a 1/4 acre.
Okay, big. Let's see here. I need to find out the specifics of a zone.
I just hope like you don't create like light things we have to destroy afterwards.
I don't think so. Fucking A.
My original thought process, I was hoping that you were going to say that there's going to be 12 enemies-ish. So I was like, I know what I want to do.
You raise your hand to the heavens, and with blinding brightness, basically everything sort of inverts its colors. So basically the entire sky turns black for a moment, and all of you are like a photo negative of yourselves, and then everything reverts back, and there is gleaming white cloud coverage. Everything around you is pure white sand, and the Draugr are just gone.
I hate this.
As are the splotches.
It's rough and cold.
It's just all of you in a quiet, basically sandy area with clouds overhead. And it's just all there is just silence and the wind around you.
Well, all right then.
I don't like the sand. It's rough and coarse and irritating.
It's actually quite the opposite.
The joke of Star Wars.
Yeah, hang on. Something is going to happen, though.
Oh boy.
Hang on.
We're rewarded for defeating it.
No.
All of a sudden, Valkyries descend on us again.
No. Something else very specific. Okay, come on. Where's the thing?
Transform a local landscape ultimately to remove some of it from reality.
Oh my god, is that the Squidward thing?
Fuck. I fucking.
Wait, what'd you do?
Alone. He put the Squidward where he's alone in the future. Just alone. Alone.
Okay. Wolf, I need a wits roll from you. You have a mark, correct?
Yes.
It is made with a single die.
Okay. In that case, then it would be 13.
Okay. You're fine.
Did we do it, guys?
We'll fucking find out.
Lutz is just in a trance. Is he meeting his gods?
Oh my goodness! Imagine.
I didn't think this would actually work. I hadn't thought this far
Well,
ahead.
hey, don't speak so soon.
Are we dead?
We aren't.
I'm not
dead.
sure.
We're
Is
in
this?
Come here,
Symborion for sure.
come here. Let me punch you and find out.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you punch him. It definitely feels like you've been hit by another human being.
I think we should get out of here.
Maybe this is just a different plane. Hello? Voices in my head? Are you there, gods?
You can very clearly see like the landscape
What do your gods
that
say, Kilf?
that you came from. It's basically just in a quarter acre around all of you. It's just sand.
Lutz doesn't understand what's going on.
How about we leave? Let's get out of here, laddies.
Okay. Do you want to go back to the town and tell them?
Well, how about we just get out of the fucking quarter acre and look upon it first?
Okay. Yeah. I'll lead the way out of this quarter acre as fast as possible.
Are the enemy's gone?
Just look around you and use your damn eyes for once.
Okay. My gods are very wary at this moment. I can feel it.
The air around you is kind of streamy and silvery, and everything it's almost like you're looking at everything suddenly in high definition. Like you can see the individual whiskers of Audemars' beard in crystal clear quality.
Juicy. Yeah, let's leave.
Yeah, I'll lead the way out.
Okay. You all leave the Emborion zone, and you can see up above in the clouds shining battlements, architecture that rises up and glistens almost like diamonds. But once you exit the zone, all of a sudden it's like, oh, we're back to standard. Oh, okay. You know, it's like, it's jarring as you step back out onto regular ground.
I don't know if that was the right thing to do.
Seems like we've replaced one evil with another.
Fuck.
Did you guys have any better ideas? Someone didn't have.
Someone killing it.
Yeah, well, someone lost his spear.
I could have picked it up.
You with those two things on you?
I killed one of them.
Well,
another one.
You actually didn't kill it. You merely disabled it, and it was going to reknit its wounds. And then Trey was like, "Hallelujah."
Well, we'll deal with what comes next.
How do
I
we
suppose.
force this out of here now?
You can grab a bucket and start shoveling sand.
I don't think that will work. What is it? Circle Knights must find ways to destroy zones if they can. More generally, to force withdrawal of the Rabaja or Emborion present entirely. Ordinary magic doesn't work, usually towards his enemy. An example, casting Distorted Wrath upon each other colored manifestation. Zones do not cancel out or balance, merely accelerating each one's subordinate of reality for each, and each gaining part of the territory in question. A variety of ways remain to be discovered as the circle gains knowledge experience with different ideas, which are left to the individual groups to develop in play. So, do we have any special ideas on how we can destroy this zone?
Perhaps. Listen, we're all a bit hurt. How about we camp out and then we, I don't know, shoot it?
Well, I suppose.
We are getting on in time.
I say we just head back to the town, as much as those Gentries don't really like me, and inform them that the storm is gone, and then head back home. It's enough for enough for one time.
To note, the village itself that you guys had entered, it's gone. Yeah, just you were surrounded by some huts in the fog initially, and then just nothing. It's just sand. Hang on.
I don't think there's any need to tell anyone. I think we should just take our leave.
They need to at least know that what was ravaging their lands is gone.
Speak to Ira.
You should not speak to Enid.
Yeah, you're not going to. I'm going to shut that down right now.
I want to apologize and tell her.
You've already apologized to her.
No. Not happening.
All right, so let's make our way back to the village.
Just to the gates of the village.
Calwart. Chris?
Sorry, you're heading back to the gates?
Calwart, yes. I suppose.
Okay. You know, some of you are a little worse for wear, but it's not like any of you got reduced to 0 on your quickness or bronze. So just, little sore, maybe a little banged up, maybe a little bit chewed on. And you eventually arrive back at the gates. And even from here, you can still see the Emborion zone. As you roll on up, the cavalry is already there. The people that had been initially guarding on your arrival, they're formed up, and it seems like there's a few more with them.
I want to lay down my arms
near the wagon.
Yeah, I'm gonna approach. I'm gonna keep my arms. I'm gonna take off my helmet. I'm still gonna keep my mail.
Spears are leveled at you. All of you.
How close are they?
They're just in a phalanx, and they are prepared to advance if you come closer.
Okay, I'm gonna stop and yell to them.
What do you yell?
I'm sure you all know of the storm that was ravaging your lands.
Aye.
You do not need to worry any longer.
Seems like we have something else to worry about, though.
At least this one's stationary.
What makes you so sure?
Well, we were inside of it, and it didn't kill us.
We have
It
knowledge
didn't approach
of these
us.
things. Just stick clear of it, and you should be fine.
Then you need to stick clear of us.
We're already planning on it.
Aye. You'll have your leave of us.
Good. The spears remain leveled at you, but if you decide to take your leave,
hop on the wagon and go home, boys.
What if we were to like create some Emborion creatures and then just massacre them? Could we potentially offset the balance?
You mean Raja creatures?
No, Emborion. Right,
For
so
what
like we
reason?
summon some Emborion creatures and then destroy them to like remove the zone.
Oh, I mean, wouldn't it be more effective to create just Baja creatures near it?
Well, they die in the zone, presumably, right?
In the zone?
Well, maybe we could summon some Baja creatures, then some Emborion creatures would come to destroy them in their zone, and then we could destroy the Emborion creatures.
What if we just create another Rabaja zone? And just
That
let 'em
doesn't
fight
work.
it out?
It doesn't work. It literally just swaps it. It doesn't like equal out.
Well,
You can destroy zones, but like it's like
yes,
it literally
I just
said,
proved that.
It literally said that like a lot of it, well, you can like make them neutral, but a lot of it depends on player creativity. It said.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, we can
Do
always
you want to try
try.
either of those ideas?
I mean, we can try the Baja to trick things into coming out to equalize it.
Sure.
Okay, let's go back to the cloud.
Let's
well,
heal
hold on.
up
Can we
and go back.
hear ourselves?
So here is the thing. I will offer you this. Since we have essentially gone through the adventure that I have planned, we can have you all come back here next time, and I will pre-make the venture with the same named characters, and it'll basically just be like, okay, you know, we made a mess by trying to clean up. We've come back to clean it up for sure this time. And if anything, just stay in the area, heal up. That's fine. We can. I would be fine. Either you report back to the king and say, "Hey, here's what happened," and then potentially new knights come in, just so that way we can stick with the rules of rotating characters.
Okay.
And then that'll potentially be a good climactic finale for you guys' series of adventures.
Sounds good.
What I was planning to do if the Yaggoth was too powerful was sacrifice myself, because with a Yaggoth, if a character willingly allows themselves to be killed, in sacrifice, it will leave or die.
Mm-hmm. I think that would be also a reasonable way to remove the zone. Something along those, because it causes a demon to retreat. Perhaps it would pull back the manifestation as well.
Any volunteers?
Well, that doesn't work for.
I mean, hard to tell. I mean, none of this is hard and fast, and I'd probably want to discuss it with the audience and be like, hey, what have other people done in the past? Because, it seems like you almost have to be, obtusely creative in your method, because it's not like you guys really have the tools to... Because it seems like, okay, using other magic against this magic just makes other magic manifest and do things, and it seems like physical means... there's no way that you can get up into the clouds unless you,
What we would have to do is we'd have to wait until it does stuff and then destroy what it creates. So, kind of weaken it, right? So, okay, it uses its power to create these things that are Emborion created, and then we destroy those things, and it'll be out of quote-unquote power.
You know, that's fair, considering the rules of the world for the magic specifically is that it takes exertion and power from the individual casting a spell in order to manifest it. And so it would stand to reason that the manifestations of the zones of Emborion and Urbaja similarly have to do the same. And when their creations are destroyed, I think that is reasonable that it would also reduce the power of the zone, since it is expending its own creative energy, so to speak. So basically you would just have to weather the tide through these zones for long enough to potentially come out on the other side and be reduced.
Alrighty then. I guess we'll head back to the circle for now.
Fuck. Great. Very well. You all return, and the people being to being at. So, any feedback? How did you guys like the session?
Very good.
It's really good. I'm sorry I'm laughing because all I heard was...
I did very much. So the twist of... So literally all I did for you, John, there was just do a yes and. Everything that you tossed at me, I'm like, yeah, and she's the husband of your character's best friend.
Yeah.
What? She is? Yes, and she doesn't like you. Yes. Because I'm like, yep, here we go.
that was really cool.
Yeah, it worked out very well.
That I think was the best session.
Yeah, I agree. We had some solid character moments, especially since Wolf has been just getting in so much trouble. It's nice to actually see characters engage with their key events a little bit more. I really liked that. And it came to fruition quite nicely. We got to see Carlman and Lutz sort of tag team being caring individuals. Meanwhile, Atamar is like, peasants. You know?
Well, I'm sitting there and I'm like, God, people die every day. Fucking get over it.
Gentry are basically sociopaths, so you're in the right here. Fucking peasants.
Fucking degrading. I have to play the fucking grandpa too. Like, just
Yeah.
grumble.
Yeah, we basically brought the Grumpy Man on our wacky adventure.
Oh, by the way, before you guys go too far away, be sure to send any character changes over to John, so that way he can update character sheets.
Oh yeah, we have to roll stats.
Oh shit! Right? Yeah, completely forgot that.
Oh fuck! I already left here.
That's okay. Just hop back in.
Well, yeah, I'll just do it on Google.
I got you. I got 2 dice right here. What do you
really
want to level
easy
up?
what you want to level up. Probably that 2 hits.
Okay. You rolled a 4, so yeah, you're good. His wits is now 3.
We are going to try to get... You know what? We're going to go big or go home. We're going to try to get him 9 quickness.
Ooh. Very good.
Trey, I wish you the best of luck.
Hey, very
Holy shit!
Oh, we got another Fredge. Since Conlon made it through most of the venture and he actually did a lot of character building stuff with Carlman, I will absolutely allow him to roll. So just to have Conlon reach out to me with whatever he wants to.
I'll have him reach out to me. How about that? And we'll roll.
Yeah, perfect. And how about you?
Go big or go home.
Should I go with bronze or quickness or wits? I'm not
go
going
big
with
or go big or go home. Do the
Well,
quickness.
All of those are big. Which one?
Yeah,
should
no.
I
So
go with?
do go big, go home. Do the quickness.
think I
Let's
should
see
do
it, John.
quickness? I
Yeah,
think
let's see it.
wits
So
might
the thing
be
is,
funner.
Wolf is
Oh no,
almost
what
more
about
of a
bronze?
spellcaster.
Yeah, let's do
Yeah,
bronze
'cause-
because he's more of a spellcaster.
Yeah.
Wish me luck.
I believe, John. I believe.
Yeah.
Aha.
Damn. Either way, it wouldn't have gotten the quickness up. All right. Thank you for attending, everyone. I appreciate
You know what?
it.
You know what I think's like kind of ironic with Wolf?
Yes.
It's because like when I did his key event, I always like when I made him, I always thought he was a heavy Rabaja user, and like specifically like his friend who betrayed him was using Orion and he was using Rabaja. And I find it funny that now Wolf had to use Emborion
To take down
To just-
Rabaja. Yeah.
and then he effectively just made a fucking Emborion thing.
I didn't do
Well, that was Audemars.
Yeah.
Audemars did all that. I was actually anticipating that you would have enchanted Wrath into the spear because that would have pretty much solved the problem. Or alternatively, it would have made things dramatically worse because Emborion Zone manifests on top of an Emborion Zone. Sorry, Emborion on top of Rabaja that already has a big demon inside of it. Chances are Emborion would manifest something else, and that would start fighting it and then also you guys.
Why would it fight us?
Because we're in its zone.
Because the thing is, Emborion doesn't give a shit. Like, it would probably spawn Valkyries.
Yeah,
and-
we're probably impure by their standards.
Yes, especially if you have black points. Absolutely, you would.
Well,
Have
what
been
we could have
targeted.
done is if we did that, we'd watch them, we'd hide, and then watch them fight. Whoever wins, then we'd come out. And we'd
Where would you
attack the
hide
rest.
though? Because when you make the Emborion Zone, there's no longer a place to hide.
We would just fucking book it.
No, we pull a crab and we just put the sand on top of ourselves.
Yeah.
Because it'd be too distracted on the Rabaja one. At
We
least
will
at
destroy this.
first.
Chris?
Mm-hmm.
Could we do like kind of a dual thing though? Like, can we like potentially deal with this next session and then do like something else?
Extended final
Depending on how
session.
quick we go about it. We'll create some ideas in the next week of how to take down this. Considering the circle knows about it specifically and we can prepare for it.
I don't care either way.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not because like planning essentially 2 ventures in one. So if basically I will have the Emborion influence that's clearly there, but more than likely some other shit is going to get stirred up by it now being an Emborion zone causing its own trouble. So there will be other stuff for you to do as well as dealing with the Emborion
Chris,
stuff.
I have one request that I've been requesting for a very long time though.
Okay.
I want to go to this island.
Oh, fuck, right. God damn it. I should have taken the opportunity to send you guys to the island just so I can get that done with.
During the next set of adventures.
I want to go there. It's such a cool
Here, I'll offer this to you. When you guys run Circle of Hands, you can make people go to the island.
What if you have the Emborion Zone move to the...
Sorry, what?
What if you have the Emborion Zone move to the island?
That'd be interesting.
And also, kind of...
Back to where the Rebage Zone maybe that's where the original storm originated.
Through this this little fucking thing right here? Through the town?
Oh wait! Imagine though, we created that Emborion Zone, right? At where the Yarrow came. What if the fucking Emborion Zone then goes to destroy the source of Rebage that created that? Which is the island.
That'd be interesting, yeah. I
I
could see that.
Make
I
it
could
one
follow,
hell of a humdinger finale for us, Chris.
Because essentially where the Yoggoth goes, it leaves an Rebage Zone in its wake. At least that's how I like to think about it, because it's sort of like an amoeba that just consumes everything in its path.
Like, Chris, what I would love to have is that fucking island having, like, 2 fucking zones combating with all their might, and just the Circle members like, holy shit, if we don't fix this, this is the fucking end of the world. War 2.0.
The island would just completely disintegrate.
Get to the island, it just
and there's no
disappears
escape
right
from
when
the
we get there.
island.
Trey, you're the
Everyone
only one
dies.
who's not played Wolf.
Well, I mean, technically I could bring him along.
Yeah.
You absolutely could.
God, poor Wolf, just dragged along for every adventure, and you guys are doing your damnedest to kill him. However, he does now have a permanent -3 to Brawn for doing the enchantment.
Oh, wait, what?
Wait, what?
Yeah, the enchantment is a permanent -3. Because actually, wait, no, hang on, because the enchantment on the spear is no longer active because you did not spend Brawn to maintain it. So, hang on.
Wait, does that mean theoretically, as long as the peasants, like, if we were to kill everything, the peasants just would leave that spear in the ground
Chris,
forever?
you're
there
right.
would never be storms.
The caster must permanently lose the Brawn cost for the spell and gain twice the color points he or she would otherwise. And then it says nothing about gaining it back.
Yep.
Oh.
Actually, yeah, so then Wolf's Brawn would have actually increased to 5 because he was permanently at 4 at the end of the venture. I'm trying to think here. Because, yeah, the spear still exists, and that in and of itself is basically an Emborion Zone now.
Gone, right? So does that mean the enchantment is permanent?
The
caster must permanently lose a Brawn.
Because the thing is, an instant spell cast as an enchantment is bound into an object which must then be employed to activate the spell by anyone. The user gains color points just as if he or she had cast the spell. The object must be symbolically appropriate for the spell's effect. The Brawn cost is defined in either of 2 ways. The user spends Brawn for the effect, the object remains usable. The user spends no Brawn for the effect, and the enchantment is terminated. So I think as long as an enchantment lasts, the Brawn is permanently lost because it has been channeled.
That would make sense, right?
Now that it is released,
yeah.
I think you get the Brawn back. I think that's reasonable to say. Although, I think it would be more apt for cause and effect of, hey, I did this enchantment, and now it has permanently, like, scarred my body, as it effectively has.
Stains of Urbaja include sweet and pleasant meters, Benel stock phrases, insufficient plain and mineral prepared food, conversation always turning towards significance.
Well, that is stains of Emborion from enchanted objects being in the area. You guys noticed that with Lutz and the priest in the last venture.
Yes.
So what I'm curious about is it says once cast, enchantments cannot be targeted by blah blah blah. An enchantment lasts forever unless it is broken by other magic and is resistant to such breakings may be bolstered with pumped and also permanently lost Brawn. An enchantment object is also disenchanted if enchantment object is also disenchanted, it is physically broken. It is also disenchanted if it is physically broken or a person if he or she is killed. There's a lot of interpretation we can put into that.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that the enchantment's gone, and so you'll recover your brawn. I'm okay with that because it's basically you might as well have just cast the spell normally without using it as an enchantment. To be honest,
True.
enchantments I
Can
think
you
are
hold
better.
on to them like for a couple hours?
I mean, once the thing is enchanted, it's permanent.
No, I'm saying like a spell, like a ritual
We're
spell.
gonna go
Like,
pee?
when you do the
So-
ritual, can you then like cast it normally, like through the rest of the day or something? Because that's the only thing. Like a lot of enchantments, right? Like if you're gonna use like a
Yeah, you basically have to plan ahead.
a ritual
So like it's
spell
like
is
okay,
kinda
we know that
weird.
we're going to this place.
Yeah.
You can try and cast Quell on that area. You know, so like say, okay, we know that a storm is coming, or that you know, there's clearly an Herbaggio wizard that is casting a ritual spell that is storm, but he's too far away. So we need to cast Quell so we can, you know, cancel the storm. But even then, you do that and you pump brawn to make the ritual take less time. So that way, it's almost as if it
so
was
you could
instantaneous.
cast 3 brawn and like, so that'd be like a total of 6 brawn like pumped.
I
to
think-
cast it immediately.
I think for the case of Quell, yes. So variance options, the caster may pump 1 or 2 brawn to reduce the hours for ritual casting to 2 or 1 respectively. So basically you can make Quell take an hour to cast, and then for Herbaggio Storm, that one just takes 3 hours. It doesn't seem like you can reduce that. Well, chances are the same variant option would be offered for Storm, so I'd be fine with that. So it's basically if you want to just spend more brawn on an already very expensive spell, you can make the ritual take less time to cast. Yeah,
Alrighty then. That was a very fun session.
I'm glad you guys liked it.
I really enjoyed being able to talk to everyone like they're peasants.
Good. Alrighty.
John,
I'm
did you get my
gonna
message?
Get some
Yep.
stuff.
I have everything in the thing, so I will update the character sheets. All right. Adios.
Bye bye. What are you gonna do, Caleb? Go to bed? Playing Fallout 4.